Hello, Thunderbird. Why does the music seem so quiet in the background there? I think it was a quiet part. Stream starting early? Well, kind of. We're starting at like 5 sometimes, but I was going to start a little earlier, but then I realized that the food I wanted to make didn't exist, and we actually don't have much. So Michael's going to be having some complications figuring that out. I just made some other stuff. Oh, I gotta drop my cup off. What food? Thank you, Bug. Well, I should talk about the video a little bit here, but and Blair, I only had enough meat for technically making 1 Reuben, but I stretched it to 2, so it was mainly just sauerkraut and cheese. But it's still pretty good. But it was enough food to get in my stomach, so I could get started. Because I didn't have enough time to make anything else. Give me 1 second. I forgot my coffee cup is still over here. Love the fact you watched 2 of the streams today. Well, the earlier one was a little different. Was fun. I ended up let me turn this on here. Hello. I ended up after that way. Because we put Final Fantasy 6 again today. After what did I do afterwards? I played Deep Rock for a little bit. I took a nap. I was just still tired. Then made dinner and poked around the internet. That's about it. Dug into some YouTube metrics again because I'm just curious on some stuff. But I ended up just coming up with things I feel like I need to change. Anyway, I think I posted everything. So I'm gonna I gotta keep that one open. I get to vibe in here. Oh, hello, welcome back, Title Fang. No, null and void. Okay. I gotta do like that goofy starter picture. Ignore that noise. I still like his face on this, so we'll do this. It actually doesn't look so funny from that angle, but we'll do it like that. That's fine. There we go. It's Rathlos. I need my other window. And I'll catch up with chat in a sec here. Like to do a video. Thank you very much. It was fun to make. And it's getting a lot of positive response. So that's good. It's not getting quite the distribution I was planning on though, but it was overall positive. Well, Sombra is just cool. It's just cool here. Yeah, okay, that's good. There was one person that was just confused on the title. He's like, "What does this have to do with New Groove? I don't get it." I'm like, just because a movie named it doesn't mean that everything has to be in reference to it. Where was that one? What a nice man. I hope he doesn't fall to his death. I don't remember where that one was, but nonetheless, it's done. I'm happy it's done, so I can move on to other stuff. I couldn't join the live stream as I was playing with friends of Minecraft. That's fine. Do what you need to do. Thank you, Boris. Thank you, Bearded One. Oh, thank you. Everybody's just complimenting. Well, you guys all saw it be made. But to get that, I think I mentioned it a little bit earlier today, but the final mile for an animation is what I'll consider to be basically post-render, because there's a lot of time that's put into just doing the general render, but then that final mile is other stuff, really annoying stuff. Like, and this one had probably more annoyances than I've had in a video in a while. Like, for instance, there's all these folders, because half these I had to completely re-render it again for some reason or another. And actually, we're going to close this for a sec because I want to show something that was really, really annoying. So all the animation was sloshy. And what I mean by sloshy was the motion blur was too large. It was blurring too much. And I did the full render of that. And it was at the end here when I did his little yeet is when I kind of noticed it. And I made this just on Wednesday night. But for the, what would you call it? For the shutter speed that's on here, and the shutter speed determines how long it artificially keeps the shutter open, which, since when a shutter's open and something moves, you're going to get blur for anything that it moves within that shutter being open. And so it tries to simulate that. And for some reason, it was blurring more than it should. And I figured out, oopsie, I had accidentally put in a value or I defaulted the camera to 0.0208, I think it is, which is the shutter speed for 24 FPS. When you have a higher FPS, you should have less or a faster shutter because you're going to have more frames filling in the gaps. It should have been 0.0167. So I re-rendered the whole thing as 0.0167 and nothing changed. It looked identical. That is wrong. And I was like, something's off here. And I found out what the issue was. So this is going to be really hard to tell, but if I actually bump the motion blur up to 256, it's a lot more blur. For some reason, when you run it at 256 motion blur, it was using basically some shutter value that I had no control of. And so it was ruining the blur here. So I had to re-render it a third time to fix even that part. And to show you what I mean by the difference between these, I tested myself because I wanted to make sure I wasn't just me like making things up in my head. And so this is what 256 looked like. This is what the other one looked like. And you can tell, like, if you look at the legs, the distance between, it was a lot less blur. And that might seem like not much, but it made everything feel sloshy and ghosting. And I didn't like that. So I had to re-render everything to fix that. He's magical. I'm flying this guy in a dumpster. Yes, he is. And we'll get to that in a minute here. I'm just going over some of the frustrations because it's like this one had a lot. The other thing was I had to go and replace a bunch of these frames. So like there was these frames like this where there's only one real frame that her eyes fully closed, but all these other ones around it that it was partially closed, which made it feel like the eye was never fully closing. And there's probably some here that are even more, like this. Her eyes never actually fully closed. And that's because like the flexes just didn't have time to close. And the normal fix for that is you go to the shot that happened, and I'll just like kind of wiggle the frame here, wait for it to process, and then I'll export that frame individually. So once this is done, so I spent 2 hours yesterday going through all of those, waiting for it to process, exporting, going to the next one, waiting for it to process, exporting. I did all that on Wednesday, and then that's when I figured out that motion blur issue. And so all that work was thrown out, and I had to go and redo it all again yesterday. So my brain is fried from final mile work. What was the other? I think that was the main crap I had to deal with. And then I figured out that there was another error that I forgot to like turn on the magic for her horn. So I had to do some other masking thing to fix that. And then I ended up uploading it forgetting to return that on, and the magic was missing and flashed in the middle. So I had to completely delete the one on YouTube, re-upload the other one, and redirect every link I've sent out to people to the new one. I hate final model work. But it's done, and it's got a. I was expecting a below average, which would be like a 90 to 95% like dislike ratio, but it's like 99.5%. So it's actually liked a lot more than I expected, which is really cool. I have a question for the double door. You use Blender? No, I do not use Blender. I use Blender for some modeling work, but the amount that I use it for such is so minimal that I only know what I need to know and nothing else. Hello, Edward. Did I miss anybody else? All right. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, so we're done with that one. That little end bit was mainly added because I like, if you're going to put credits, you're going to put text at the end of a video. Putting something in it that's animated to have people stick around to actually look at it is nice. And a lot of people liked that ending. So it's a good thing I put it there. But it was a very last minute addition. This one. That's probably why your review counts down dumb YouTube algorithms. Well, no, it's there's a lot of things that are involved with that. It's not just about YouTube algorithm. It's about hitting certain people, and it's not that view counts are down. It's much higher than most of my other stuff. It's just that I was hoping, the Applejack one I put out had about 20% more at this point. Hello.
Hello.
I just kind of like made whatever was left over from some other stuff, so there's still leftovers in there. Otherwise, I thought there was pizza, but there wasn't. Michael's home. But it's because I'm trying to push for growth and getting new people in, and the only way I'm getting a lot of people to watch videos. So I think 15% of the people that watch my videos are subscribed. So it's like most people are absorbing and then moving on, and it's hard, making growth hard. And so that's where I'm trying to figure out what decisions to make, if I need to make any, to help drive that. Otherwise, it's going to feel stagnating, where if I'm not increasing or going up, that it's like I'm just sitting where I am and I don't want to be there. So, yeah, turn on the lights here. So, I want to see because I can't draw and I have no idea what to do. Yeah, I just let the community build mine, because that's why it's actually like Legend of Equestria comes in handy for that reason too. Where's this monitor tilted? There we go. Okay. So we're back to this because I never actually finished it. But I'm further along than I thought.
Our dumpster has arrived. Let's go, girls.
So I think a lot of this is just, is all the lip syncing done?
Girls.
It is. Well, that's nice. I didn't want to have to do lip syncing, so that's perfect. Michael, Charging Hot Rod says hi.
Hello.
He said hello. Well, no, he says, say hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Not you. Michael official replacement. Bring chicken before he destroys your stuff. Oh, chicken's up there. You can see him. He's overlooking. So there. There you go. Your mic's on. It's not Pony.
Yeah, I figured you'd be finishing this one up.
I'm further along than I thought. I think the main thing is I never figure out the background. And if I remember right, the map I usually use, I can't use because it would rescale everything.
I will say this, though. Those dragons are garbage. You're putting them in the garbage.
No.
You clearly
They're
agree.
putting themselves in the garbage. I didn't make the decision.
Then they agree.
I asked them, hey, what do you want to do today? And they're like, hey, can we go chill in a dumpster? It looks really nice. I mean, it's a clean dumpster. Look at
It's
this.
where they belong.
It's clean. Do you want me to fill this with derpies?
Now you can continue filling it with dragons.
Actually, I was waiting for you to be like, yes, please do.
Actually, we did lots of derbies with me. Like, there's a pile of derbies. I'd get in that trash can.
Alexander says, "Do not worry. We never talked about replacing you."
Oh, no. Is it the chicken again?
They're dumpster diving. Yes, they are. It's always watching. So I think... So I think in this, like, he's walking up. I'm thinking I don't want to have them walking up. I think I'm going to have them just kind of chill in there.
I have no idea what you must have ate. I have no idea what you must have ate.
Whatever was left to make a Reuben.
No.
I said that.
Our dumpster
Gotta find those good computer parts. Oh, in the dumpster. Okay.
That's where you find them. That's where you find them. All the good computer parts. That's where all those 3080 graphics cards are. It's got dig. Don't follow that
The
advice.
good 3080 is in there.
It's worth a lot of pizza.
Not anymore. He's got a
that's
graphics
right.
card now.
I'll swap out my 2070 Super for your 3080 and see how long it takes you to notice.
Probably pretty quickly.
You say that, but I wonder.
Because when I walk by, I can see the rainbow through the ventilation.
Oh yeah, it's art. I don't know if mine's rainbow. Yeah, mine's RGB.
It's RBG.
Is that the RGB?
Yeah, there you go. Is it EVGA? Because mine's rainbow says EVGA.
I don't know. I don't know what mine says because it's always facing the wall. So
I would know because the computer would be on its side, slightly on fire, and you'd be crying like, "I didn't mean to do this."
You're probably right. That seems to be how like 90% of the things I do go.
What's in the dumpster? Nothing. They go on a ride. We started this last December.
Let's go, girls.
I just haven't finished that part yet.
Looks done to me. Just needs a rainbow shooting out the back.
It's not. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Is I need to update some of the particles on that to make it seem flashier. My friend got his PS Vita from the dumpster in 2016. What was he doing in dumpster? Yeah, I guess that would be the bigger question. But I had a PSP. Where is my PSP? I think it's upstairs in one of my storage things.
You got a Game Boy somewhere now.
I think it's back in the bin. Originally, I wanted to take those Game Boys and I had like wooden plaques. I was gonna just spray paint them all like gold or something and just put up a bunch of the old Game Boys, just to have a bunch of them in a row. And then I never did. And then there's like been 2 new Game Boys or 2 mobile systems since then. But it's I don't know if I want to do that, being that the Game Boy works.
It's gray too, isn't it?
It's the original gray.
It's the original gray, which actually is. I don't know if it's a bit more rare, but it's definitely older. I had a Game Boy, but it was a red one, so that one would have come a little later.
Somebody had mentioned on Twitter that they had one that was like a different color, but you know,
mine was red.
Very much gray and has very much ghosting.
I had a gray, not a gray. I had a red one, a regular Game Boy like that one, and then I had a Game Boy Advance, and I think it was blue or something. Or no, not Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color. I had a Game Boy Color.
I have a Game Boy. The Game Boy Color, and it was the Game Boy, not the Game Boy Color, but the one before that flipped open.
I never had the one that flipped open. So
Yeah, I think it might be an Advance that was flipped open. I don't remember, but it was a flip open one, so it's kind of a box shaped one. But I have a Game Boy Color in there too. It's purple.
yes,
I remember having the yellow Pikachu Game Boy. Yeah, that's, I think, out of any colored Game Boy, the one that people remember the
I
most.
think my brother had one of those.
Our dumpster.
That's the only handheld I ever owned was the Game Boys. I never owned any of the ones after Game Boy Color. I guess I just wasn't much of a handheld gamer. Because the only good game that really ever came out for handhelds was Pokemon. That I played, anyways.
The only good games are the ones I've played.
Like, Game Boy games were always like dumbed down versions of Super NES games when I was a kid. They were like, hey, remember this on the Super NES? You want to play a worse version of it? Well, here on the Game Boy.
No, we used to play Super Mario Land all the time. I think it was
That
called-
was the worst version of Super Mario World.
Yeah, but when I was young and it was all ahead of my hands while I was on my trip to my grandparents,
Well,
I was
there
going
you
to
go.
play it.
Of course.
It's not like I'm going to be like 8-year-olds old and be like, I'm too good for that.
Well, I had a Ren and Stimpy game. I did have Tetris, which was fun. I had Space Invaders. And then Pokemon Blue. I had the blue version. It's the only version I ever had.
I think I did too. I can't remember which version I had.
Once I had Pokemon on the Game Boy, that's all I played on the Game Boy. Everything else was comparatively rubbish.
I get the right look on this. Because I don't have any eye controls on them, so I have to, like... Actually, I don't have any eye controls. I forgot. I can't even make them blink. Good luck, Colorado. You're getting there. Tetris is another game. But this was the old Game Boys that had no backlight or anything, so like you couldn't see anything on the screens, and they ghosted so bad. It was rough to play them, but it was a stepping stone.
I had one of the lights you could plug into the Game Boy on the side, and then it could actually light up the screen. It was like a little LED light. Really chintzy.
The mug icon, that's a sub badge. I'm not sure why Star is the 1 month subscriber. I thought I had let's see here. I can't remember what the was it. No. Oh wait, there we go. There we go. Okay, so that's what it is. So it's a loyalty. So they only start popping up when you've gotten more than one.
So it's just mugs. Just different colors.
Yeah. I can't do any more until I hit partner, but 1 year is, I think. Yeah, Blurred's a 1 year because Blurred's a cool dude. But yeah, it was always like, I always felt like these are, you want to have them be something fairly consistent and just show an increase over time. So I just kind of picked some random colors that looked decent.
How much does a subscription even cost? I have no idea.
If you have Prime, it's free for one person.
Like Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Amazon Prime gives one free sub. And then there's 3 tiers, and it's 5, 10, and 25, I think. And the first tier gives you most badges, and then you can get another one at 10 and another one at 20, or another one at 2, another one at 3. But the at least for early access for my videos, start after February, because I'm giving a grace period. I'm going to be doing it tier 2 and 3 only, so that is even with Patreon.
So what is like a year, like
27 month? I know I'm like a large amount too. Oh, it's like my U.S. bank just triggered and just transfer money. Okay, that's a really creepy dash. Yeah, I thought it was on the first month, but yeah, it's based on how long you're subbed. There's a couple things that I'm basically capped on everything that I can unlock until partner. So we're kind of stagnant.
You know, I have questions about subs, but I feel like I could just find out by opening my phone.
You have questions?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Costs.
It's 5, 10, and 25.
For
1 month.
1 month. So 1 month can cost either 5, 10, or 25, or...
Yeah, it depends on which tier you want. I'm pretty sure. And if I haven't put it in place, but it might be in place. Is anybody here tier 2 or 3? Because I believe it actually will put a star in the corner of them. I think I have it where it's a star and then like multiple stars. I can't remember how I did that.
No.
Now that is someone I'd like to link up with.
It won't turn on.
Is your glow up.
So I'm going to jam it in my crotch.
I'm trying to block out the speakers. I always turn it down, and then the Twitch, it's like, yeah, I see you turned on your phone. No. Okay, I got it.
I just have the problem of it's always low. One silver star. Oh, it's the color of the star. I know Jurassic is a tier 3. Michael's he's watching porn, yes.
No. I am watching him. Quite the opposite. Anyway.
Okay, well, I kind of...
Our dumpster. Our dumpster.
It's going really quick because the blending is happening in the middle here. There, now it's blended. Oh, nope, it's not blended. There, now it is. Okay, so this keyframe needs to be moved to like about there. Because I want it to blend with that motion. I was right, man. It's 1 gold star for tier 2 and 3 gold stars for tier 3. Okay. Yeah, I think I changed it at some point, but then it undid itself. Yeah, so you can unlock or you enable it. Okay, yeah, my custom stuff is still not applied. I made some like different ones to put on there, but it never went. It didn't go through or something. You 2 to 8. Jesus Christ, has Twitch been around that long?
What, 2008?
No, just 8 years.
And then my brain took a second, like, how long ago was 2008? And then it hit me, and then I got sad. Because it doesn't seem that long to me since 2008.
Yeah, the stars are the default. Well, there was stars were default, but I think modified it to put it to like a star in the middle instead. But something went weird with it, and it just wasn't working out well. Yeah, I'm not sure. Because that was always the one thing that kind of bugged me is like, Twitch gives a huge amount of benefits to just subbing at all. But then tier 2 and 3 have benefits, but they're minimal compared to. I think the main focus on those, I guess, is support in comparison. But the way I see it is, if you want to support, if the person has another method too, when you're going up into those kind of tiers, other methods are better because you're not getting much for the return compared to like Patreon or some of those other places, which I just did changes to Patreon. So there is actual tiers on there now.
That button.
Including early access and stuff. So Stupid Face. I haven't met Stupid Face in him in a while. Huh. You looked up like you did something.
I'm the one who requested Stupid Face.
Oh, God damn it.
I had
well, that means it's optional.
Yeah. I'm like trying to figure things out.
Wait, you just accidentally stupid faced?
Well, I was like trying to find other things and I saw that and I'm like, let's see if this does what it's supposed to.
All right, if anybody gets banned by accident, it's Michael's fault. What?
I gifted subs.
Like, why?
What? You like subs?
I know, but it's
They're delicious.
Well, thank you very much, Michael. I still gotta get your... Now I have to do your stupid face.
You don't have to do anything.
You stupid face.
Their faces are already stupid.
Bless this man. Congrats, Lunar. Wait, what? Yes, congrats, Lunar. And congrats, Wendell. So what can we do for stupid face?
I mean, I'm not going to sub to this guy. I'm going to buy other people's subs. It's a turkey, yay! See, I'm already happy. Nah, you're just going to like have the dragon booper on the nose, right? Because that would be pretty cute.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
exactly.
Very good stupid face. Spoops.
I'm glad that you were able to figure out what was going on. But that's not what's going on.
Wait, no. What's happening? I only see her hair now. Oh no. Oh, what? No. Oh, now she can't go in the trash. Rathalos is becoming cute. First time for everything. No, where'd Turpy go?
Oh, I can't. Can I not scale his head?
You broke his neck, and Derpy's going bald.
I broke Derpy. Derpy.
She looks like she has a comb over her.
Things are going horribly wrong. Okay, no, that still broke it. Okay, that fixed. No, that didn't fix the main. There we go. The main's nope, it's broke. Oh no, I know why it's broke. Hold on. Okay, now. Okay, now her head's fine. But I don't know if I can scale from this. Oh, I can. Okay. And that actually makes it separate, so that works out well.
You know, suddenly, I like Rathalos. I think he's kind of cute.
Okay, does that help with your Derpy?
It helps with Rathalos. I don't know that it helps with Derpy so much. It's not as cute as Derpy, but it certainly helps Rathalos, like, be more approachable. Even the eyes kind of work.
Our dumpster has arrived.
Wow. I'm surprised the bones are all working together so well.
Our dumpster has arrived.
The hair is going crazy.
That I can probably fix. There.
Our dumpster has arrived.
This is an improvement.
She's got problems. She's like, it's killed me.
It has science.
I didn't want this.
Our dumpster has arrived.
No, not broke.
But she's there. Here's your stupid face.
Yay. But it's an adorable face, so 5 out of 10.
Gifting to the poor. Yeah. Well, hell, the problem. Just looking at chat though, for how many gift subs between like you and what is it? You
Frosty.
Cheese did Frosty Vodka, and then I forgot who the other one that did it before too. Everybody that's in sub everybody that's in chat is a sub.
How does it feel that nobody ever subscribes to you?
Except you.
Yeah, I don't sub to you. Why would I do that?
This is a sub-only chat.
It's just like everybody in your chat, none of them sub to you. They all just bought each other's subs. Like, nah, you can have it. It's like a whole bunch of
very generous people. No, we did figure out that because I was just curious about like Well, what happens if there's a sub and everybody in chat already has one, and it still works actually? It just starts going down the follower list, which is pretty funny. He subbed to what's called a rent. Actually, I haven't accepted that yet. I got to do that.
Really?
Yeah,
I gave that to you early.
Yeah, I forgot about it.
I mean, I'll keep it if you want.
But since I haven't cashed it out yet, that means you can't live here.
But it's cold outside. Like, really cold.
No, not yet.
It's like -1 out there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Blair just gifted you a sub.
Yay.
Thanks, Blair. What is the temp?
Cold.
It is 7. That is not negative.
That's still cold.
It is 7.
What's the wind chill? I bet it's in the negatives.
By 7 a.m. or by 6 a.m. it's supposed to be 0 Fahrenheit. And then it's good. This is our Fahrenheit temps. But you can see here
Derpy.
Our temps are sitting at like negative. Oh, it's on that side. So we don't get above. No, we get to 5 degrees one day. Otherwise, it is all a low of like -10.
If you go outside too long, you'll die.
Advantage of being a forced simp. No, thank you, Blair. Thank you very much. I was supposed to be paying for work 2 days ago. I still haven't got it. Well, that sucks. Go punch him. Genius plan. Mike stops paying the rent with physical money. Bank transfer and pays his rent by giving subs to chat.
I don't think I've ever
The
had
thing
any physical money.
Because of the split for Twitch, though, to make it the equivalent, he would have to give more. Which is anytime money moves around, somebody wants a piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
Sub for the sub god. No, I do appreciate you guys. We're kind of like I mentioned before, we're kind of capped on what we can unlock by sub, but it does help because January is January is always a rough month from the YouTube side, so that's actually did help make up for the difference a little bit. And now I'm a good bit ahead for the year for the paying for editor expenses and getting a head start on some of the stuff that I wanted to do this spring. So it works out pretty nicely. So I appreciate everybody.
Yay! Thanks for helping pay the electric.
The electric's expensive.
You got this like, what is that movie? Like The Third Kind thing going on over here with all the lights and the supercomputer that can fly away at any moment.
What?
Got like the supercomputer with the 3080 in it. It might just like sprout legs.
Sure.
Could. I don't know. It's alien technology.
At this point, I'd almost consider that it might be alien tech because finding it seems like a myth. That's actually, I didn't check. Best Buy dropped 2 weeks ago on a Friday, and I was thinking about holding off on streaming earlier today just to see if it would drop again, so I could get Mitch's.
Mitch is still trying to get one, huh?
Yeah.
I think I'm the only one not trying to get one.
Mitch wanted one, and I kind of want to get a 3060 something, but I think I'm going to wait just because the 3060 Ti's right now sometimes are going up to $600 for this 360 Ti, which is normally $400.
Yeah.
And that's MSRP.
I don't think I would really want to pay more than $500 for a card. I know that's a little hard right now with the recent tax law changes or tariffs. But
when I actually looked up some information on the tariffs and the reason they exist actually kind of makes sense. But it sucks when you're the ones being affected by it.
I imagine it has something to do with trying to push manufacturing back to the U.S.
No. It has to do with China using certain tactics by subsidizing the cost of stuff there to purposely drive down costs to increase their own exports. And so the tariffs are to help offset the government intervening and forcing manufacturing to.
I mean, I know China does that. That's like the big gripe with them right now.
So they're using the tariffs to put it on a more evening playing field. So.
I mean, that's always been the proper purpose of tariffs, is to make it so that U.S. goods can compete.
I think I'm gonna call her good. I really don't. I'm like thinking about all this like details for the background, but I don't need details back there. They are not important. They are literally just filler. Hello, Spike Shoes. What up, fam? Sound like a friend of mine. But going well. How are you doing? And hello, Kaladin. Hey, what's this? Multiple Rathalos? No. This is not a. This is a Rathalos. This is not a Rathalos.
That's a little Rathalos.
This is not a Rathalos.
It's a pink Rathalos.
This is What is this? Look, there's fur there. Is there fur on this one?
It's a hairy Rathalos.
It sounded like a mother walking in with their kid and be like, "Oh, are those Pokemon cards?" Like, no, they're magic cards. Oh, Pokemon cards. Yes, it is a Rathalos stream. I finished the pony animation, so I'm doing a Rathalos one now. Thanks for the follow, Valleyman.
Hey, look at those ponies. Yes.
I do want to. I've been meaning to try to find something to animate or some other medium to work from. Not medium, I guess, but some other genre or something to work within that isn't Monster Hunter or pony.
I know something that's not ponies. It's called Kirins. They're pretty cute.
I knew you were gonna just find some workaround to make it pony again, and I don't even think there's a Kirin model.
Yeah, there is. Pretty sure.
3D one?
Yeah. I would be immensely surprised if there wasn't. Like, at least 2.
Oh, there is one.
It's Autumn Blaze.
That's the only one.
Really?
Because that's the only one ever. Okay, how many other Kirins talked?
They talked towards the end of the episode.
So yeah, they had like 2 minutes of talking. That was the only one that talked. That anybody cared about.
I guess you just
but all that is it's a pony model with flair.
No, it's Kirin.
No,
Different.
from the model side of things, it's a pony model with flair.
You can boop it. It's different.
I'm quitting pony because of him now. It's done.
No. You can just have them all blame me.
His email is TF2 animation. No, I don't like doing TF2 because I feel like that is TF2 has just become like if somebody wants to make an animation who needs human characters, they just throw TF2 in there. So it ends up being like all these videos are just 9 characters, like overused a ton. And I like giving things an identity. And I feel like I wouldn't be able to do that with something like that. Or to use an identity that they already have. TF2's, there is tons of stuff. Like if you go into workshop, not content, what am I doing? Workshop. That is my picture. I just have to play around in here. There's a lot of like these Pokemon models that have been coming out recently. That is really creepy having iPack for that.
I was trying to see if there was any G1 models,
So there's a lot of stuff if I really want to dig into it. Some of these characters, like I really wish that there was some really good dragon models, not Monster Hunter models, but like traditional type dragons.
That would be anything from Skyrim, though, right?
Yeah, but a lot of those are wyverns, and I want like a 4-legged dragon. I'm kind of limited on that. I have ideas if I had some dragon models because I want to like remake some of the cutscenes from Final Fantasy VII, from the Bahamut ones, and but there's no.
I would think there'd be a Bahamut.
Okay, so this is the process. This is how Rathalos started. Was I went in here and I said like I want to do the Final Fantasy VII thing, so I started looking up dragon, and I was not finding anything. You got some in here that kind of work, and I didn't see anything.
Dragon Balls.
But then I looked up Bahamut, and the only one that really exists is this one. Mm-hmm. This one looks different. That's new.
Sports Mix. Why is it called Mario Sports Mix?
I don't know. That's really weird. It might have been in Mario Sports or something, but that looks like what I need. That is actually a very traditional. I'm sorry that. And that's new since I've done that. But normally, this is only a Bahamut that exists, and it's like the big-chested Bahamut, and it just.
I don't like it.
It doesn't work with what I would need to do with it, because this guy just looks like a xenomorph is about to explode from him, and I mean he's cool looking, but doesn't fit what I need. And so I was trying to find a dragon to work with, and eventually I ran across the only one that worked, and that was Rathalos.
What? How does that last one have anything to do with Rathalos?
This one?
Yes.
No, this is about Bahamut.
Oh.
So there's some dragons back here.
Okay.
But no, so I ended up, so I dug around, and the best I could come up with was Rathalos for some kind of a dragon type thing. And so I loaded the model, and then I realized that he actually had some facial controls, so I checked if I could make him talk. And so I made him say something using Francis's voice because it was funny. Put it on Twitter, and it was my most popular tweet out of any tweet I've made. And then the rest just went from there. But this one is almost exactly what I'm looking for. So now I'm curious.
Yeah. I think we have something in common because there was a movie about a dragon that I really liked when I was a kid.
Chad Dragon. He's just pregnant, okay? In his chest?
That's where babies come from. And dragons.
Should make a Michael character model and make a prediction of how it's going to be when he and Derpy take over the world. No, I'm kind of scared if there was a Michael one.
Yeah, I would be too, frankly. Is that the one you just got?
Yeah.
Huh, yeah. He's kind of anthropomorphic. It's a little unnerving.
A little bit, but you can probably put them in. I mean, mainly because he's got. Okay, yeah, he's got the hands.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Oh, these are.
He's not a traditional dragon.
Those bones.
Dragon Age had some traditional dragons in it. I wonder if
it actually.
from there.
But I searched dragon.
Yeah. Oh, with a bending neck.
He's like, bro.
That's painful.
Yeah, I didn't realize that he had hands. So the head and everything. The head is perfect. That is exactly the head that I like, the traditional old Bahamut. But the fact that it's like
looks like the Final Fantasy VII Bahamut. Yeah.
It actually kind of looks like something from Evangelion.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Yeah. So I want to remake some of the cutscenes from that because I loved the old cutscenes, and I think it'd be really fun to try to make an updated version because there's cloud models and everything. I can make like a fake battle sequence. I thought about doing some Final Fantasy stuff, but I want to try to find something to jump into that's not just those two genres. I want to expand a little bit more. You say that I need I can say that I need this GPU on the market and show my brand new GT 1010. I'm happy I got my 3080. It was a big boost in performance. Even though my 1080s, I was doing fine. 3080 is definitely that's another step forward. Someone should make a horror game where they're just running away from a Michael JPEG. But it would only be like anybody here that would understand that. Outside of anybody here, nobody knows Michael.
I am a mystery. I think I had one guy recognize me for something I did pony related one time, and he gave me a hug.
Somebody left a comment because I put patrons' names in chat. Somebody left a comment that says, "Wait, Michael Moore is a patron?" And I'm like, it's not the same Michael Moore.
No, not that Michael Moore.
Yeah, not the big fat stupid white man one.
Not that guy. No. You want to see my favorite dragon? This is why we have something in common, because I have a dragon from my childhood that I really enjoyed.
Is it Barney?
It's not Barney. He's not a dragon. Pete's dragon.
No, okay, he is a good dragon.
He's a good dragon. He's like doggo. I was like half expecting that's not a real dragon.
I don't care.
Real dragons eat children.
No, that's okay. Kaladin saying that like this, they're all three of these are Rathalos, so that's blasphemy.
I mean, they all are Rathaloses.
Get out of here.
I mean, think about it from like the perspective of Monster Hunter. Why is Rathalos the only one that's considered two different species? when it's just a male and the female. Like the others don't do that.
Do they say it's a male and a female of the same species?
I mean, they're having babies together, right?
Implied.
Yeah.
A horse and a donkey can have a baby.
Yeah. They're both equine.
They're both lizard people.
It's like, but dogs are all dogs. They're all the same species. There's just different types of
Yeah.
dogs.
So, but this is like, so have you seen what their babies look like?
But they're always either Rathlos or Rathians. They're not two different.
But have you seen their babies?
No, we kill them before they have a chance to
There you go.
You're a horror. There's monster hunters filled with horrible people.
Well, yes, we know that. Why do we murder all these creatures? Because we must. Well, why do you have to do it? Because we can. Every dragon is Spyro. Yeah, Spyro's pretty good too.
He's fine. I only ever played the very first game for the PlayStation.
Our dumpster has arrived. Our dumpster has.
Was it Final Fantasy that got you into dragons?
I have no clue. I just like dragons.
That maybe Dragonheart was pretty good.
That was not what I wanted to do. I want upper face. There we go. That one's 0.
Our dumpster has arrived. Has arrived. Our dumpster has arrived.
They had a Spyro game on Game Boy. That had to have been awful. Also, odd.
When did the Game Boy moniker go away?
What do you mean? When they stopped making Game Boy games? Or
Because, was the 3DS a Game Boy?
did it play the original cartridges?
No, was it called a Game Boy? Because you had Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color. They all had different cartridges. Oh, no, Game Boy Advance had a different cartridge. But was the 3DS a Game Boy? It was a Nintendo 3DS. It wasn't a Game Boy.
I don't think it was a Game Boy. I don't think they kept using the word Game Boy after the Game Boy Advanced.
Dumpster has arrived. Has arrived.
It's a 3DS, but I wasn't sure if was the name gone by then.
Yeah.
Has arrived.
Why did he jump forward?
Has arrived.
Like the Game Boy just still feels to me like the most iconic handheld. But then again,
Has arrived.
I'm old, so what do I know?
Well, it's what made handheld possible.
Well, do you remember the old Tiger games? Like the little things you bought for $1 at like a convenience store. It was like beep, boop, and it had like the little symbols.
Oh yeah, I had some of those.
Yeah.
But they weren't programmed games. They were just like the the screen with the pre-done spots, and it would just control that. I had a little racing game that was that way, and like the.
Some of them were actually kind of
Yeah,
fun.
I remember one of them. I think it was based on Knight Rider. I think I had.
Yeah. They were essentially handheld video games for kids with not a lot of whose parents didn't have a lot of money. They were entertaining.
It really bugs me that I can't close their eyes.
Our dumpster has arrived.
Because they're.
I mean,
That
they just always stare. I mean,
well, no, because like eventually, like if you stare at something that doesn't blink for a while, your eyes start feeling dry yourself because it just feels weird.
have you never had Rathlos blink before?
Oh yes, that is Michael's Twitch. You can go and follow him. Bye bye, Luna.
You found it.
And,
I might stream tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. What time I'll figure that out later.
I might be doing a YouTube stream tomorrow. I usually do a follow up, but I just haven't posted it yet. And that's probably going to be from like 11 to 12. I usually do the follow up after a video. I just hadn't decided if I wanted to do it yet because I kind of had so many days in a row of working on stuff. And then we're watching.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't think we ever figured out the time. I'm thinking
No.
probably going to be like between 2 and 4 or something. So
Okay, so probably not tomorrow then.
but we never actually we'll figure it out later today.
Yeah, after this.
Our dumpster has.
Schedules, even on the weekends.
dumpster has arrived.
Howdy, Jules.
Hello, Jules. Oh, so I saw earlier. Thank you for the patron upgrade. I saw the email on that. Thank you very much. I still have to change some.
Do I need to reapply the Patreon or what's up?
So Patreon, I originally everything was under one tier, no matter the amount. Now that there is tiers, I cannot move people on tiers. Apparently, even if they're putting in a larger amount, I cannot move them to a larger amount. They have to manually do it. So yeah, as of right now, you would have to do it. I'm still just manually looking through everything to make sure, but you do have to move yourself.
I haven't logged into Patreon.
But no, but Jules put himself at the highest tier in Patreon. So right now, the only person that is. But no, I have to. There's a couple changes I have to make on Discord to There's a special chat that I on there, and for the monthly thing that's mentioned on there. So I have to do a couple poking things, and I haven't figured out the dates on those yet. I would probably want to do it towards the beginning of the month, but this month might be a little weird. Might at least be towards the end of the month for this month because it just changed. Anyways, but yeah, it's a manual change. So if anybody is on my Patreon, you can, and you're not changed on that, go and change it. If it's anything above $5 a month, and it is now a monthly thing, so that it's better to plan for.
Did let you keep the Patreons you already had?
They're called patrons.
Patrons.
I always do that too, though. I put an E every time I say it. Yeah, everybody is on there. Nothing changed. Anything that was a per video is now a per month.
Okay.
And I don't know if and I think it was even if you had multiple allowed, it still did the per month for the single, but it put everybody at tier 1. Because that's what it was before. Everybody was in tier 1. It kept everybody in tier 1. But for credits and everything, I'm still manual. That's why I'm giving February a grace month for early access.
So what does the highest tier get?
It's fine, Ronnie. It's the $1 or more is behind the scenes and special Discord chat access, which actually yesterday we were talking a whole bunch in the supporter chat. And anybody in Twitch that's a Twitch sub also gets access to the chat. So if you're not on my Discord, there you get some behind the scenes stuff access there. Check the pins in the chat. And what was the other ones? So that's the $1. Then for $5, it's early access to videos. For $10, you get your name into the credits for any video that's contents over 30 seconds. That sounds overly complicated, but it was mainly so that I'm not trying to put 120 people into a 10-second short. It's not possible. The short would be 3 times longer just to fit names in. So as long as it's a longer video, your name will be in the credits. Like the Somber one, everybody that was in that tier got in. And then for $25 a month, it goes up to where your name's in the credits for everything. And at first listed and probably a bigger text or something fancy. I haven't figured that part out yet. And and then there's a once a month private stream that we're going to be doing too. I haven't really planned what to do with that. I kind of want to just keep it off the cuff because those are more fun than saying now we're all going to play Yahtzee. No,
so a private stream that only the higher tier Patreons can patrons.
Yeah. So it's going to be
party people.
It's going to be yeah, it's just for a smaller group, but that's why they're limited. I think there's only 20 allowed for the top tier and then 100 for the other credit tier because
play Monopoly or something.
Yeah, I haven't figured out what to do with that. But I did want to I can't put infinite because I'd still have to fill a credits with people, and 100 is still a lot to fill. And at that point, I don't know. But if there's the option if people are interested. But no, don't worry about it, Brownie. It's gives a hey penny and gobs. This is my life savings. No, I understand. It's there's no way that everybody could possibly support, and just being here and being cool and chatting and stuff actually does help, probably just as much in some ways, because a lot of the algorithms and everything show interaction and people being a part of things, and the more that people are a part of things, the more it promotes that content to other people. So don't think that you're not able to support that. Just being here, talking, go on YouTube, hitting the like button and leaving a comment and stuff. That is all. Thanks for the follow, Switzka. It's not just that people are saying hit the like button and leave a comment. There's one guy I follow, at the video, he always asks for feedback. He's like, what do you think? Do you own one of these? And stuff like this. And it's not just because he wants feedback, but because by leaving a comment, YouTube like checks a box for interaction. And the more that people interact, the more it shows that your content is something that they really enjoy. And the more it helps promote you to other people that are similar to you. And so that's so all that interactions are actually very, very useful.
So how many comments would I have to leave to cover rent?
I don't think it works that way, unless you want to make like 1,000 accounts. I'm not cool though. I'm like the lamest person ever. No, you're not. No, there's no.
No, I'm sitting right here, so it's
See,
impossible.
There's plenty of other people that will say the same about themselves. I could say the same about myself depending on the day.
Yeah, but he knows it's not true. That's the difference.
But it doesn't. Knowing it's not true and being not true, thinking it's not true. Those are all different.
I know it's true.
See,
for me.
So no, you're not. You're not lame. You're cool because you're here. So
I like how he looks back at the screen to tell you you're cool.
I can't snap the finger. I can't do the Z snap from that angle.
Like that.
Plus, forgot to go to the bakery earlier. Well, back in bed. Okay. Thank God for day old bins. I'm going to be streaming till 9.
Our dumpster has arrived.
But I really need to figure out where to put them.
In the trash.
So I think that the main issue I had was to shrink them down was an issue because they have a rig attached. And I'd have to detach the rig to shrink them down.
Can't you just detach it, shrink them down, and then reattach it?
Yes, but if I did, even scaling them down, all of their root transforms would be in the same position they are now, so then they would all be further apart. So then I would have to unlock all those root transforms to a central location, which would be the bin.
Can't you just green screen them and then add them into a shot later?
That looks like crap. No. Because, like, look at the camera move here. Mm-hmm. If I put a flat background on there, well, the camera's moving at, like, this angle, you would tell it was if this was a flat background, it would look like Tabletop Simulator.
You would add in a 3D background.
That sounds like trying
The Avengers do it all the time.
That's like... No, that's like way... Well, yeah, but they do more than just a background. And also, that is a big budget film. I'm a YouTuber.
You're trying to tell me you're not as good as the people at Disney?
I don't have that budget.
I gave you like $5.
Okay. Now that I have that big budget.
Yeah. See?
It's hard to argue with this assessment. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to take the first 3 letters of assessment, and that would be Michael. I'll kick reality if they mess with you again. Reality's waiting around the corner to kick me down and continue to kick me. Nah, life is rough and life sucks, but also life is beautiful and life is amazing. So, Michael, stop it.
I enjoy my own misery. It's fun.
Trying to show somebody that, like,
no,
there's good in life, and you keep being like, nope, it sucks.
Yeah,
it
but
sucks.
It's hilarious.
No, that's called crying on the inside.
No, have you ever watched like an old 80s film where like any of the Chevy Chase movies where his life is just miserable but everybody's laughing? That's where life is enjoyable.
No.
It's like when you step on the rake and hit yourself in the face, you just have to, like, from somebody else's perspective, that's hilarious.
No, life has its rough moments, but I prefer to try to stay positive through it. Because it always could be worse.
Except for that one guy who has it worse than anybody, and that guy knows who he is. I don't know who he is, but that guy knows.
That's amazing. $5. I love coming to these streams. Well, thank you for coming. It makes getting some actual work done entertaining and fun. So I do appreciate it.
Has arrived. Has arrived. Has arrived. Has arrived. has arrived.
I think that moved down too far. I'm gonna put a little bit of leg motion in. I love that this actually is rigs though. I'll get Michael in charge again soon. Soon? How many points do you have? You just spent it last time.
Has arrived.
Did you were you one of the ones that benefited the most from the predictions massacre?
Has arrived.
Is
Arrived.
that what happened? I think when I did the stupid face, that was the vast majority of my points.
Because you're never on.
I'm here the whole time. Give me points.
I don't just hit
You have
points.
infinite points.
Infinite points is not a number.
You have.
I don't spend anything.
It's a sideways 8. It's a number.
No.
Give me your points.
You lost 10,000? How many points did you have? Jeez, now I'm scared as to who's like sitting there just building it up going
He has all the points. He could give me control anytime with his points.
I could. I can, can't I?
Or
like,
if
let me
I
check
can
here.
ever get, if I could like reach his mouse.
Yeah, I can just hit Michael's in charge right now.
Mm-hmm. Can I see your mouse? Not the one you're animating with, but the other one.
This one?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No. Stay away from my mouse. He needs his payments.
That mouse has all the power. It's like a Pikachu.
I have the power. Oh, I'm not gonna bother with
You
that.
have 7.1k. That's not even half. You need more points. You have to shake somebody down. Or beat them up.
Arrived.
Seeing 11,000. Wow, you actually have quite a bit. Jesus Christ. How many? Okay. Oh, it's because like everybody is subbed. Because you get like. So how many points do you get every time the little box comes up to click? How many do you get? Normally it's 50 for non-sub, if I can remember right. But there was like one channel I was on where you were getting 60. So I was no, or was that because I was subbed? I can't remember. 80? Jesus Christ.
You just get 80 for subbing? That's not a lot.
No, you get every couple of minutes it comes up with a little treasure chest, and if you click it, you get bonus points. And then if you show up to consistent streams in a row, I believe you get more too. You get 2x for being a tier 3 sub. Oh yeah, you're tier 3. Yeah, 2x. So is that 100 per click?
I like how you have my little face there. For the
Michael's in charge.
Yeah, Michael's in charge. I have ideas for next time I'm in charge. It's going to be adorable.
What happens if you just let the chest sit? I don't think you get it. So the whole point of that is that if you're watching, you get small little bits every now and then. But if you click the chest, that is basically stating if you are there and active and not just AFKing, you get a much bigger bonus on top of that. If you're there consistently, you get another bonus on top of that. So it's trying to promote sticking around and interacting. I don't know if talking makes a difference. Like if you actually are talking or chatting, and
it does, but not all the time. Like if you they don't want you spamming, so they don't give you it for everything. But if you chime in like once every 5 minutes or so, they give you like extra points. Because otherwise, people would just like go into people's chats and just hit A over and over again. You're gonna help me enact the dictatorship.
You only can do it once per stream. I have it limited. I kind of feel like I want to remove that limitation just to see if people coordinate enough to literally have you take control of an entire stream.
That would be interesting because I would definitely upload things to your YouTube channel.
No, okay, I'm going to clarify. It's control of SFM.
Control of your computer. Got it.
Do I have? Yep, I still have it here. So
no,
it's got my initials on it too.
It's fancy.
I gotta keep it there to protect myself from Michael.
I'm gonna make your videos better and then re-release them. It's gonna be great. I just need an entire stream, guys, to do it.
has arrived.
I mean, who doesn't want to see like the Twidash video but with Derpy in socks, and then Twilight can drink juice.
You have an entire video on YouTube that's about Derpy with juice boxes, and you weren't even there.
I know. It was a sad day and a happy day.
It was a good stream.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's probably next Friday. I might be doing the Let's Make a Story stream again. I'm considering the one where we try to make an entire video in like one evening. We kind of did it when Kyle was here, but that one went really weird because it had Thomas the Train and stuff.
Still want you to render it.
No, I'm not rendering that one.
It would be amazing.
At least the Hippo War had context or something. It wasn't Thomas the Train and Rathalos going on an adventure to read about war. It was so stupid. It never finished, I guess. That's the thing.
I mean, it went as far as anybody wanted it to.
Oh, where's my camera move for here?
Let's go.
I'm gonna put this dish away.
I'm trying to decide how to like add some of the extra detail for him. I think that's where I kind of got stuck before. Because as of right now, like...
Do you want something to drink? Did you want something to drink?
Nah, I'm good right now. Every stream will be a mic stream. No.
Well, anytime I stream, it'll be a mic stream.
What other kind of fantasy stuff do you enjoy?
Pony.
I tend to I like dragons and stuff, but it's not like I'm a medieval fan of. Not really. Dragons are about the only thing I like from that type of genre. I'm not like a Dungeons and Dragons wizard, like knight and paladin type thing. Nah.
Expanse, I'd say.
Yeah, I tend to like space opera type stuff more. Kind of like he's rich with Expanse.
What about Star Wars?
I like some futuristic type stuff.
Are you more of
Star Wars a little too more retro than I would.
More of a Star Wars and a Star Trek fan?
No. Well, because that's like say like you're pulling out the ones that are the most cliche and well known.
Well, they're cliche and well known, but they're also pretty polar opposites when it comes to space shows.
But a lot of them they're always still everything feels ultra futuristic. I like the ones that do like this weird contrast between futuristic and not.
We should do that. We should make the show Cavemen in Space. I want this.
Oh.
Yes.
Hyperspace. Oh.
It's still one of my favorite things from Futurama. It's like Attila the Hun. It's like, don't fire boomstick. Cause explosive decompression. Spare me your techno babble, Attila the Hun. Love it.
That's pretty funny. Like, does anybody played the old Star Ocean? I haven't played some of the newer ones, but like some of the old Star Oceans I thought were fun because it was like a futuristic civilization, but then they get stranded on another planet that was kind of medieval, and so a lot of the stuff that they're doing is magic to others. And so I like that when there's this contrast between like futuristic and not just because like the movie was low budget and that's all they had, but to where that's like the legitimate premise behind it.
Cowboys
I love that
versus
kind of
Aliens was actually pretty good. you ever see that one?
That any movie that has the word versus in it is a B movie that's just made for crap.
It had Harrison Ford.
No. Did you? There was a movie we watched. We watched as a group. You weren't here yet, but it was Cowboys versus Dinosaurs.
That sounds amazing.
I have videos of it. Because we were watching it and it was so bad. Is this going older? It had to be like 2017 is my guess. Okay. It can't be this old.
See the Yasha one?
There's a lot of Yashos. Actually, there's not...
Oh, it's the one where he's wearing the furry head.
There's not as many videos in there as I was expecting. But none of these are named because that requires work.
I mean, some of them you named. I see towards the bottom.
Yeah, but that's why they're at the bottom. The only reason I don't want to name them otherwise is because they default to the date, and that is actually very useful for finding things. No, I had like 8 of them, so it'd be like a whole row. Okay, that bugs me.
I see a picture of me.
Yeah, there is a you. You are a person.
That's not true.
Yeah, it's not. There's another you. It's one of my favorites of you.
No. I want you actually clicking any of the pictures of me. I like what my hair was doing.
I just love... This is my favorite. Right here. Oh, good times.
Look how happy I was.
I have to finish that. There is a video for patrons and Twitch subs I'm going to be putting out. I want to finish it soon. That has a compilation of me messing with people at conventions. It's like 4 years of me messing with them.
I just remember being very tired that morning.
Oh, it's because every time I scroll this, it moves like a huge distance. Why can't I not see it? It was literally like a guy with a cowboy hat shooting a machine gun. That bugs me. I can't find that now. I had to have seen it. Maybe it's in a different folder. I don't know where else I would have put it, though. I thought that was all of my downloaded content. Or my downloaded real people's... Nope, actually it's not. No, it's 2021. Yeah, no, this is new. Well, that bugs me. There was dinosaurs, man.
We'll just have to watch
Cowboys. I don't know why I can't find it. We also got a Dead Mother Goose. God, there's so much stuff in this folder.
It does sound like you would like Cowboys versus Aliens.
No, we only watched those movies because they were stupid. We did it. We actually never watched the full movie. We skimmed it. We fast forwarded through bits until we found something that looked funny, and then we would watch it. So we kind of like, or a lot of those B movies are the first half sucks. The last half is where all the weird crap happens. So we'll just skip the last half. There was also Planes versus Volcanoes, where suddenly in the middle of the ocean, a bunch of volcanoes in a perfect circle around a plane popped up. Literal perfect circle.
Trapped the plane.
And they couldn't get out. They were able to bring in military planes for some reason, but they weren't able to get this one plane out of it. It's so bad.
Nah, I think I only watched a B movie with you guys one time that I can remember anyways. It was so B, it was not entertaining.
Yeah, I like B movies as long as you're with some people to enjoy it with, because those are movies that you laugh at.
I definitely want to get everybody together to watch Brain Dead together, because I think that's a movie people would enjoy.
I feel like he's kind of like attacking her with his face. Where's your jaw? There it is. I'm gonna just blur that a little bit there.
I remember seeing Kid in King Arthur's Court.
I found a weird SFMG mod. like, oh no, actually, okay, I can see where that's going, so I'll click it because I at least know where it's going to. Oh my God.
Jeez.
That's actually pretty funny.
It's like they just put a mask on Dr. Kleiner.
Yeah, it kind of looks. It's everything else about him that makes sense. Somebody has went too far.
People having a good time. I was wondering about his coat in that picture, and then Draft, he pointed out that it's probably from Burlington Coat Factory because that's apparently the town he was the mayor of.
Burlington? Mm-hmm. Why would then he buy it from Burlington Coat Factory?
Because it would be supporting, like, Vermont, where it's
But Burlington exists in other places, too.
I think that's the location where Burlington Coat Factory got its start.
But he could have bought it from any place.
He could have, but it would look like a fairly nice coat. Cause
you can buy nice coats at more places than Burlington Coat Factory.
Look, I've never been to a Burlington Coat Factory. It just seemed like a nicer coat than what I would normally wear.
It sounds like somebody that's like, tonight we're going to have McDonald's. And like, or no, where are we going to eat tonight? Like McDonald's, like, no, we're going to go somewhere fancy. And they're like, Wendy's? And you're like, Wendy's, yes. I thought fancy food.
I thought Frisch's Big Boys was pretty fancy.
I have no idea what that is.
You ever watch Austin Powers?
Yes.
The little dude he flies off in the very first movie, like the little mascot.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the Big Boy.
That's creepy. I thought that was just like a weird like innuendo or something.
Definitely looks like the guy from little dude from Fallout.
A little bit.
Has that same vibe, and I think it's partly because like it's been around since the 50s.
That Big Boy kind of looks like one of the, like, if you were to see that in a room and nobody else was in it when the lights were low, you're dead.
Yeah, probably.
All right, see you later, Randall.
Any restaurant that was actually like Denny's was considered fancy when I was a kid. Any restaurant where somebody served you was fancy.
Why are you still awake, Jules? You're not the only one. There was somebody earlier that was, I think, was it vodka that was talking about like where they had like no sleep, and then but like last night I slept in today because I was tired.
I was actually a little concerned.
No, I just after all I got up at my normal time, but I'm like, no, I needed brain power today.
I don't blame you.
So I let myself go another hour. I didn't really sleep. I just kind of lay there, and then I took a nap before stream too. So
yeah,
so I had brain power for then too.
This guy's crazy because he has every other Friday off, and he has been, at least up until today, still making himself get out of bed at the same time, even if he would get up to go to work, which I think is madness.
It's... Well, why... But if you get up at the same time every day and you just go to bed at the same time every day, then what's the difference?
Because I'm tired every day. I got to get up to go to work.
I know, but why don't go to bed at 2 a.m?
I don't go to bed at 2 a.m. I just... You people weren't supposed to wake up that early. Like,
no, it's supposed to be when the sun comes up, you get up.
No. I refuse to believe this.
But why don't you just go to bed earlier?
Because I don't want to go to bed. I'm not tired.
Well, adjust. You're getting old, man.
No. I don't want to get old. I don't want to.
I don't want to grow up.
I'm a Toys R Us kid.
Two Toys R Us's opened up after they'd closed.
Really?
Yeah. They opened up just before COVID.
Oh.
They just went out of business recently.
Oh no.
So they went to see if
sad.
They were like the only two to see if they could make it work in a special circumstance thing, and then they just closed both doors. Because they can't survive. They weren't able to survive before.
They're definitely not going to do it right now. Nocturnal monkeys.
Michael and I have evolved from nocturnal monkeys. Well, no, I used to. So earlier this year, I tried to figure out like ways to keep myself get more energy and be motivated. And one of the things I did was I started setting up a consistent sleep schedule. So I wasn't always changing it so much that I was messing with myself to where I would get tired around the same time and I would wake up at the same time. And so once I adjusted that, it actually was pretty nice because I could get about the same amount of sleep I was getting before, but I felt more awake. But to do that, I basically had to adjust to my work wake up time. So that would be about 7 a.m. And so I just started getting up at 7 a.m. every day. But then I would go to bed an hour and a half earlier than normal. I was just forcing myself to do it. Sometimes I wasn't tired, but if you read for a little bit, usually you can get tired enough. And after a while, you just adjust. But if I keep changing my sleep schedule and say like today, or like I keep staying up later because I'm reluctant to go to sleep, and then I have to get up earlier for work, then I'm going to get less sleep, meaning on the weekends, I'm going to oversleep, and that's going to throw my whole rhythm off. So I just decided I'll make it consistent. If I need to, I'll sleep in 1 more hour in the morning, but then I will get up always.
Are you really adjusted if you have to use an alarm to wake up? Like if you are still sleeping happily, you shouldn't need like an alarm.
But
you would just wake up naturally, like people are supposed to.
Okay, next time for work, don't set an alarm.
No, I have to.
Why?
Because I have to be at work.
Then go to bed earlier, so then that's your natural wake-up time.
No.
So then you already...
I'm not tired.
So then you're saying that so that means adjust your sleep schedule so that it matches with your natural sleep schedule. No. Instead of right now where you're saying, I don't go to bed because I'm tired, but then I force myself to get up early.
I force myself to get up early, but if I'm forcing myself to go to bed, then it's no good either way. I want life to just work on my sleep schedule. I want to go to bed when I'm tired and wake up when I naturally wake up. Hey, Derpies.
Well, thank you, Rod. Here, have a dime for Derpy. Thank you very much.
Dime for Derpies.
But
March Derpies.
But there's all those days where you're like, well, I stayed up till 2 a.m. working on a mod. Mm-hmm. Were you tired before then?
It's possible. But I didn't notice because I was so busy.
Yeah, there you go. So it doesn't matter whether you're tired or not. You fall asleep when you want to fall asleep, not when you're tired.
And then I wake up when I want to wake up.
No, you don't. You wake up when you have to get up.
Yeah, but that's different. Like, if I don't have to get up...
But then on the weekends, you still get up at like 8 something.
Yeah.
And you're making fun of me for getting up at 7.
Yeah, but I don't set an alarm.
No, you do. You're saying on the days that you have to get up to play a game with other guys.
Yeah, I don't set an alarm.
You don't set an alarm?
No.
So if you were to sleep till 11.
Oops.
and most of the times you get up immediately after me, meaning that I am your alarm.
No, I actually don't think you're the reason I get up.
Tomorrow I'm gonna like get up super quiet.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna see if you just keep sleeping until like noon.
Well, part of it is I'm getting older and like you get achy. Like I found this out. Like as a person
this morning?
getting old, like over the last few years.
You were in the bathroom at like what, 6 this morning?
Yeah. I had to use the restroom. It's quite 6. But like, you know how they always had like the early bird specials and it's always like old people filing in there?
You don't get the $55 discount.
Not yet, but I understand why old people are up that early. They're not up that early for the early bird special. They're up that early because everything hurts and sleep is hard. So they're up anyways. And they just go in there for their super early food. Because what else are they going to do with their day? They're old.
They do old people things. Michael things.
Yes. Like, I mean, I've had that conversation with my grandpa. He's in his, like, late 80s. He's an old man. And he's like, I'm like, why are you up so early, Grandpa? And he's like, because it's hard to sleep. Because he's old and everything just hurts. Look forward to that, everyone.
Michael?
What?
Is there anything positive you can say about your life?
It is positive. If you live to be that old, that's a positive thing. If you live to be that old. Long and old.
In his family, you get taller as you age.
Yes, my grandfather is 10 feet tall.
10 feet long.
Yes, 10 feet long.
Saying it that way actually isn't... No, don't say it that way.
No, bad. He stretches out. But, yeah, so now you know. Knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe. Does anybody here like remember the old PSA, like the meme PSAs from G.I. Joe, or is that just like the generation me and Michael came from?
I remember watching episodes of G.I. Joe before it was a meme, and He-Man.
Aren't you special?
I am. My parents let TV raise me. Probably explains a lot.
Art got a dirt dash squid to what? I think there needs to be spaces in there. I think. Nope, I'm a 4Kids generation.
I have a vague memory of 4
Well,
Kids.
I'm talking about like the G.I. Joe PSAs that were memed, where somebody redid a lot of the audio and stuff.
Pork chop sandwiches.
Yeah, pork chop sandwiches. My restroom, if we normally rest on our bed or living rooms. There's probably a reason for it. 2 days after I left, I don't know. Scroll up here because me and Michael got caught in conversation
About old people.
I worked for a year on the night shift at a bar, and bar has food plant processing. I did an overnight job for a while, and it messed me up. 2 days after I left that job, I came out the front door and saw a new explosion on the horizon and screamed in terror. It was the sun. Yes.
I've done the like that.
No, I used to work a job that was more inconsistent on the schedule, and so I would be up till 4 or 5 in the morning every day. That was just my alarm for when to fall asleep was when the sun came up, because I would normally be up till 2 or 3 in the morning for work, so there was no point. I just adjusted to a consistent time. I wouldn't be able to do that now. I like having my times when I have them.
My social life was mostly on. I did third shift job working at McDonald's, and my social life was pretty much World of Warcraft with people in Australia, because that's who was up the same time as I. Because it was pretty much. I worked until 6 a.m., got home, immediately fell asleep, and then I would my sleep was essentially from like 7 to 2 in the afternoon. And then when I woke up, it was like evening in Australia, so that's who I hung out with.
Yeah, there was one guy that was in England. We used to, or Holland, I think, that we would talk to all the time, and he would stay up to like 3, 4 in the morning with us. I'm like, dude, you're like 6 hours ahead of us. And he's like, yeah, but I want to play games. He owned his own business, so
he could do whatever he wanted.
Yeah, he owned his own shoe repair business. He was a
Just said don't have to.
what do they call that?
Cobbler.
Cobbler, yes, he was a cobbler, and he ended up at one point. He's like, yeah, he goes, I was actually near you guys for a little bit. I'm like, you were in the United States? He goes, no, I was in Minnesota, and I'm like,
That's rolling. Yeah.
you live in Holland and you were in Minnesota and didn't say anything? I was like, yeah, I was there for a competition for one day. He was in a cobbler competition that was apparently in Minnesota.
Okay.
He ended up placing. Actually got in the paper at back home.
Neat.
But like, you didn't tell us you were here? He's like, oh, I didn't think it was enough time. I'm like,
Could have come watch you cobble.
like, is that what the adjective or the verb is?
I
for
think
that?
so.
You got cobbled? One of my favorite phrases from him was like, he was just playing the game like normal, and just in the background you just hear a loud clanging metal sound, and just in the most nonchalant, drunk way he goes, oh shit, I dropped my shoehorn. And it was at that point we had no idea what the hell a shoehorn was. Mm-hmm. But he apparently had one next to him at his computer.
Probably like works all in the same area.
Yeah, and so we got an explanation as to what that was. Maybe we got 60 points from the chest, not 80. Yeah, I'm thinking it's based on sub. If I had to take a guess, it's based on sub point percentages. Where for the tiers from 1, 2 to 3, it goes 1, 2, 5 for points. So it's probably 20%, 40%, 100% increase. That's my guess. For that job, I went to work when the sun set and got home when the sun rose. My days off were the same schedule. Yeah, when I did overnights, it was like 4 p.m. was when I'd go to work, so it just depended on the time of the year. 4 p.m. is the daytime the sun sets during the winter. And then I would usually get home anywhere between midnight, so sometimes a shorter day, or 8 a.m., which would be like a 14-hour day. So it just depended.
I think
on
the
day.
worst thing about working third shift, like I said, as soon as I got home, I went to sleep because I woke up at like 2 in the afternoon, and then I was just up, and then I worked until 6 in the morning, and then when I got home, I was exhausted. But the problem was that meant I was exhausted driving home, and I did get pulled over by the cops once because I was swerving, because I was so tired I couldn't focus on the road. And getting pulled over by a cop, though, that'll wake you up pretty quick. He's like, "Are you awake now?" And I'm like, yeah, I'm awake.
No, that doesn't even help you because your adrenaline will kick in, but then as soon as you're done, you're gonna go right back to being tired.
I was pretty focused for the rest of the drive home. But as soon as I got home, I was just out just every time. I think I've only been pulled over 3 times in my life so far.
I think I'm at 4.
Once because I had the wrong license plate. I got it mixed up with my brother's. And then once for a seatbelt violation, which I actually got a ticket for. Wear your seatbelt, everyone. Very important. Don't be like me.
Okay, but are you saying that for safety reasons or did I get a ticket?
Yes. No, you really should wear your seatbelt. It's a very good idea. I'm always good about wearing my seatbelt now.
I've known people before that they're like in trucking and they said, yeah, one time one of the drivers had lost control of his truck going down a hill. Brakes heat up too much because he weren't using the brakes correctly, and so they basically became unusable. And that's why they have those like roll-off sand traps. And so they went off the roll-off sand trap. Problem is, he was carrying explosives, and in doing so, it caused it to ignite and it caused it to explode. But the guy wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and so when he hit the sand trap, it knocked him out underneath the seat, and it blew out all the windows above the cab. And he survived because he wasn't wearing his seatbelt. And so then from that day forward, he was saying like, yeah, I don't need to wear a seatbelt because it's I would have died with it if I had worn it. And it's like, well,
very specific situation.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any. Yeah, it was a very specific situation where they ended up getting lucky in the other direction. They rolled the dice and got 2 6s and said, "Oh, well, that's what I'm going to roll every time now." No.
Seatbelts are good. They are your friend. You should wear them and avoid that $25 ticket.
There was one guy that I was at work with. He ended up requesting to transfer to the south because dealing with the snow. So he had pups on his trailer, and so the pups are, instead of a 56-foot or a 58-footer or whatever 50-foot trailer.
I'm imagining a 54-foot puppy or something.
No, instead of a giant trailer, you get 2 28-foot trailers.
Okay,
and then they're connected. So then the nice thing about that is you can drop off one trailer and then immediately just keep going with the rest. So we would like fill in one trailer for Kansas City and the other one for Dallas. And they would go drop off the one at the one place, maybe pick up another one for Dallas and then keep going to the next one to just save time. Or for transferring stuff. And so he ended up having some slippery roads and he lost control. And he says, yeah, I just looked in my mirror and I saw the back of my trailer. It had swung all the way around in front of him to where you could see the door on the back of his trailer.
Oof.
And he ended up going off road. Well, rolled the thing. Everything was trashed. I worked in damaged freight, so I had to deal with all of it. But he freaked him out too much. He would not drive in snow after that, which understandably, that is
that level of control.
Yeah, understandably. So he requested a transfer to a warmer state, and they gave it to him. So that's the cops are watching this stream. Mike has to say what he did or be fined $1,000. You got to find him first.
I'm not even sure what I have to say. Oh, I have to say wear your seatbelt? Well, you should wear your seatbelt.
You said should. You just made it optional.
Well, I can't force them to wear their seatbelts. Wear your seatbelt or face the consequences.
But you're the leader of the Derpy Nation.
Which is like a $25 ticket, which isn't so bad, but then you have to go to the courthouse, and it's like a big part of your day just gone. So that's
wear
the
your
worst
seatbelt
part
so
of
you're
it.
not inconvenient.
It is very inconvenient, but it's inconvenient by design. It's like they want you not to do that. I think part of it was I saw the cop pull up behind me, and as soon as I saw him, I put my seatbelt on, and he saw me putting my seatbelt on, and he pulled me over, and it was like, so, why didn't you put your seatbelt on until I was behind you? It's like, I forgot. It was so bad. It's like...
Alright. Oh, I can't. It's not even down.
He got like it's like the gangster. Oh, that's right. It's a Lady Rathalos. It's like
Gangstret?
She's like, meh, see? Meh.
Well, is gangster the male term?
I don't know. I thought it was just a gender neutral term.
Yeah, so it's probably just a...
Oh, girls.
Just trying to determine how to like add animation to some of these, because they need to have them do something in the background. They can't just stand there. One of the streamers got pulled over for not wearing a seatbelt. The cop walks to the side of the car. It is Mike. His partner is Derpy. You are fined all the muffins.
Oh, that's a lot of muffins.
Stop in the name of the law.
Go, girls. Go, girls. Girls.
I can say with a fair amount of pride that I've never gotten a speeding ticket because I'm a very slow driver.
So that's not that you wanted to speed.
Well, I just don't. I tend to take the slow lane all the way to work because it's safer, and I'm in no rush.
Go, girl. Go, girl.
Well, welcome, Vodka. Vodka, how you doing? And congrats, Callan. And well, there you go. Ooh. Welcome back, Vodka. I hope you've had a good afternoon. Maybe get some sleep. Bark.
Girls. Go, girl.
Okay, I can't stand listening to that over and over.
Oh, it's your morning. You just woke up. Oh, good morning.
Oh, okay, that's right. So my afternoon has been your
Sleepy time.
your sleepy time. So you were on your evening before.
If you could have the option of never having to sleep again, would you?
All right, see you later, Brownie.
If you were given the option to never, like, they invented a pill, and if you take this pill, you'll never have to sleep again, but you'll never be able to sleep again. Would you take that pill?
Would I never have the need to feel, or never feel tired?
You'll never be tired as far as needing of sleep. You might get tired because you've worked a long day and you need to rest, but you'll never need to sleep.
That's like going up to somebody and saying, okay, here's the deal. This is like a pro and con situation. I'm going to give you $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay?
That's not okay, because I would actually say no.
Why?
Because sleep is pleasant. Dreams are pleasant.
Dreams?
Yeah, you'll never dream again.
But you're also wasting a third of your life that you could be experiencing real things instead of a dream.
Like my comfy bed.
You can still probably go lay down. You can rest.
Yeah, but
Rest isn't sleep.
But you'll never dream again.
Meditate.
You don't dream in meditation. The only times
you do with drugs.
Look, okay.
Which I have the thing I was going to say on that too, but...
but okay, that's a different discussion.
I found when my parents dropped off my stuff, I have to wash it first, but I found my original Dare t-shirt.
Oh, you did?
The original Dare. It's awesome.
My mother actually found a card that I signed that was a promise to never do drugs, and I signed it, and it was a laminated card from when I was like in high school. She's like, "Are you sticking to this?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
No, I found it's the original Dare t-shirt from when I was in, I think, middle school. It still fits.
From middle school?
Late middle school. Yeah, well, it was it's I think medium. So I wouldn't fit into it like a year ago, but I do now.
He's letting you guys all know he lost weight.
But no, I have it, and it is awesome. Give me sleep I need. Alcohol.
The only time I've gotten to hang out with ponies is in my dreams, so it's a hard sell.
But the way I see it is, if you were to say that you sleep even at a minimum 6 hours a day, that is 6 hours that you would get back. Mm-hmm. And over an entire year, that's like adding up to like 200 hours or like 15 to 20 days. No, probably more. Well, no, probably more than that. But like of actual things that you could be doing.
You don't dream much, do you?
No, not really. Or if I do, I don't care.
Night. I dream every night.
I don't.
I'm flying through the sky and hanging out with horses.
I love when you're, you're like, I love dreaming. I don't like sleeping.
Sleeping's awful.
But I want to have dreams so that I can escape from reality and pretend it doesn't exist.
They need those virtual reality machines from that Ready Player One movie.
I haven't seen that yet.
It's fun.
I saw some stuff about it and it kind of looks interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's a fun film. It's called LSD. See that? Yes, but that is another discussion.
No, I think that, and I have a mention of somebody in a story that has that, and I can't state it because it's spoilers.
Spoilers to what?
I can't say.
The Expanse, isn't it?
So there's an example of somebody that has that. So
can't sleep,
well, actually, it probably doesn't matter because we're not going to get that far. Though I do figure out that the person is mentioned, so now I'm curious about next season because I'm thinking they merge a whole bunch of books together. I don't know how this is going to work. It's going to be interesting. So I'll determine what I can say to you in regards to it after we watch episodes tomorrow. Oh, yeah, we're talking about Expanse, which is currently on TV. But I did read it's not really a spoiler because I know the story, but about a name is being mentioned before the end of the season, and what they say about that and how they end the season determines what I will say, because it might not be something that we need to worry about. Dare to believe you. No, but the Dare shirt though, I want to wash it because it smells like it's been in a box for 10 years. I want to wash it, but then I want to wear it on a stream sometime. So I'll have my original Dare t-shirt.
Dare t-shirts at this point are just ironic.
I know, that's why it's great.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, I need this. And I was going to wear it the one day, but then I pulled it out of the closet like, oh.
Because the funny thing about Dare is that it was a monumental failure.
Yeah, I know. And that's what's great about it.
Yes.
I found one of my original Dare books that had some of the Dare stuff in there. It was great. It's so bad. But I need to wear it because of the ironics of it.
Heck, I remember so many of those Dare program, so they'd show up at the school and they'd always be playing whatever the hit music of the day was. And then I remember that one song, I can see through you, see your true colors. And then the guys would be up on stage, there'd be a bunch of pictures of kids, sad or happy, depending on whatever drug they were or weren't using.
Yeah. It was always funny when they're like, these drugs are going to make you high and feel great, but they're also going to make your brain mush, and you're not, and it's a horrible, horrible thing. And then the kids are like, but my life is horrible and I feel horrible. I'm depressed, and hey, these make me feel better. It's an escape. Give it to me. Thanks for telling me about these.
These drugs make you feel really good, but you should never use them. By the way, here's what they look like. It's like, wow.
Here, kids, here's a real-life drug dealer. He's normally dealing over at the corner of 6th and Baltimore.
Yes, between the hours of 6 and 7 p.m. It's like, I have to move.
Dare was a failure for sure, because it was them. It was adults looking at things as to what would be a positive or negative, and then thinking that kids would see it the same way, but it wasn't. It was so bad.
Well, it was pretty much, I think, that one episode of South Park with Mr. Mackey kind of summed up what a lot of it was. Drugs are bad because they're bad, okay? They're bad because they're bad. Well,
remember that classic commercial where they had, this is your brain on drugs, and it had, the pan with the oven, and then, at the end of it, she's, throwing that stuff everywhere, and you're afterwards, you're like, she's so cool. I want to be like her. Crazy. Do I need drugs to be like her?
I was like, maybe she needs drugs because she needs to calm down.
Yeah, and that was the thing with them too, is they're like, okay, kids, drugs are bad. And they're like, well, I have ADHD. Well, those drugs are okay.
No, I was on Ritalin when I was a little kid.
I never did. I probably
they put all the kids on Ritalin.
Ritalin was them pointing out an issue with the kids and their inability to learn based on not a disability, but based on the inability for the teachers to adjust to a changing environment.
Yeah.
And instead decided that drugs was the best way to do it.
I remember when I was in school, they were drugging up all the kids with Ritalin because it was just easier than having to deal with kids.
Yeah, I know. We were actually just talking about this earlier today about, thanks, Red Arrow. Speaking with VA, no, it was, I put it in the description. It's from Borderlands pre-sequel. Shifty Sheldon was the name. I don't know what the character is. I never saw him in game. I just pulled up the audio files and found it funny. There's actually quite a few audio. Well, I probably used about a third of the audio files that he had, but they were pretty funny. No, but we were talking earlier about kids and have like how they stay up late and get up late, and that our whole school system is built around the work life of adults, and then forcing the kids to adjust to the adults' time of frame, not the way that kids are built to function. And so the idea was we can either adjust the adult work schedules to work, or we can sacrifice the learning ability of our kids. And the choice became the earlier. And then when they were having difficulties learning, and that the changing environment with technology was making things more difficult from the traditional means, they decided that drugs was the best way to solve it. So it's adults making decisions for people that they don't understand. And I'm thankfully never got in Ritalin.
Yeah, no, my parents basically just did whatever the school suggested, and I actually had to fight it in high school.
You had to listen to a long book if they failed. Yeah, I remember that episode about it. They kind of made fun of that too.
I mean,
thank you, Red Arrow. I appreciate it.
But that's essentially what it was. They were putting in. I remember there was like a line of kids at lunch who had to file to get their Ritalin pills that I had to stand in.
Oh, I never had that.
Because there were just so many kids they had. Like, I had to go during my lunch period to the office where they would actually give me my medication.
See that?
And there was like a line of kids.
There's that thought of it's Occam's razor to a degree of wow, there's this epidemic of disabilities that suddenly pop up. Like, maybe that's not what the case is. Maybe it's easier than that. Maybe it's just a changing environment, but they're like, nope, epidemic. Everybody needs drugs.
Well, I don't know when Ritalin was invented, but when they used it, like...
It was like candy.
It was essentially like, this makes the children behave? Well, we need to give it to all the children. It makes doped you up.
It basically was like, well, if we fill them full of muscle relaxants and they're just foaming at mouth at the corner, we don't have to deal with them.
I don't know what the kind of effect it had on me because I took it because it was so long ago, and I took it for years. But I just remember being pretty like docile, I guess.
No, I think how many people is Ritalin a thing anymore?
I have to imagine it is, but I don't think it's as widely used. I think back then they were just giving it to everyone. You have
drug to kids. Kids say no to drugs except for when they cram it down your throats. Yeah, until the adults say that it's correct. Yeah, I mean, and nothing I stated was based on any factual anything. It's just I firmly believe that it's that you have an older generation that has control of everything, dictating that the way that they are and the way that they believe things and the way that they live their life is the way that everybody lives their life. And the way that they lived their life when they were younger is the way that the current kids should live their life. But everything changes, generations change, and you need to adjust to what the new generation is, not force them to be in your generation. Because that's like with politics, that's been the problem of you have a lot of older people in there that are looking at everything from their perspective, but their perspective doesn't fit with the newer generation. And then when that newer generation gets into the older generation, they do the same thing to the younger generation. And it's sad when it comes down to drugs being the solution.
I always found that a lot of older individuals look back at their past and when they were kids through a bit of a like a rose-colored lens.
It's like when you go to play like a video game and you're like, oh, I love that video game, and then you go play it now and you're like, oh wow.
Yeah, that's just like nostalgia vision.
That's why some games I do not want to go back to, because I know if I go back to play it, I'll be like, wow, why did I like this?
I still hope you go back to Legend again.
Yeah, some of those they're original JRPGs. I'm gonna enjoy it to a degree anyway. But there's other ones that are like action type games that are just not. RPGs are different.
Just remember the one woman in the purple armor. I can't remember her name. Her English voice actor is the same woman who played Leela in Futurama. So, like, remember that.
I do want to get to Vagrant's story at some point, though.
Yeah.
But that one is a little. That one's good, but that one I can't get to because it's hidden in the back.
You can't play it. It's too far back there.
Ritalin isn't prescribed very often. Maybe not anymore. When we were younger,
It was everywhere.
would it be early 2000s or was it late 90s?
When I was in it, it was like mid to late 90s when they were
if that was when it was
down at the roads.
Yeah, for us it was like a candy thing. It was everybody was going in because everybody like people would give. It's like when you go on WebMD. And you're given, and you read on there, it's like the symptoms of lung cancer are coughing, and you're like, oh, I've coughed before, and it kind of became that with kids, where they'd be like, are your kids inattentive and blah blah blah, and they basically just gave all the definitions of being a kid, and they're like, yeah, well he might have ADHD, and then the parent would, I forgot what it's called, but there's a thing where if you it's like a placebo effect, or not even that. But it was where you make connections once people mention that there is the possibility of connections, and so like to be like, well, have they done this and this and this before? And you'll start making connections between these things and create it out of nothing. And it was just there was a lot of parents doing that. I guess I'm Argo age. It's my middle school years. I am 36, so whatever that is, I am.
Yeah, I was thinking it was mostly in like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade that they gave me the Ritalin, and then I think the 6th grade. So that would have been for me. That would have probably been like early 90s, early to mid 90s. But yeah, same point. Tons of Ritalin, doping up the children. And I do kind of worry
but don't do the drugs, kids.
I do kind of worry that, like, I don't know if there's any long-term side effects to Ritalin, but you really shouldn't be like doping.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but
it depends. Because
I mean, you really shouldn't be doping kids.
Well, the whole thing with that Ritalin was supposed to be to help you maintain focus.
It was supposed to, but all it did is made you docile, essentially.
Yeah.
It kept you from being a rowdy distraction to the other children.
Instead, I've found other ways. Like, I've always found that the reason I get distracted is because it's like my brain needs something. It needs white noise. And I think that's just our environment that we've been grown into, is that we're used to just lots of stuff going on constantly and to get lots of little dopamine hits. And so that's why like I just have a little like knife thing. I'll just open and close it. I have a fidget cube at work. Fidget spinners are stupid. They don't really do anything. But the fidget cube has like the buttons on stuff, and that will help me. That's my white noise. And that will help me focus because it's giving like my brain a filler for the background so that I can actually put my brain where it needs to be. When I sleep, I have white noise. I actually play white noise and stuff too. So
I have to have music or I can't focus. That's my. I have to have some sort of background.
Oh, music helps me focus. I can do it without, but it helps. It's not. That to me is to get me into a flow state, not really for focus. It's to help me get everything into a pattern, so then I can just like, I don't know. That's what flow is. So
I did try to do a white noise thing for sleep one night. I told my Google to play a thunderstorm, and I thought that was a good idea. But then I remembered the internet's limited, so I probably shouldn't do that.
No, that audio stuff like that's pretty low. I have an app that I downloaded
every night.
That is, what's my app called? White Noise Light, and it's a free app. But I play pink noise. So pink noise it's a white noise, but it's a little lower. It's equivalent to the same sound that a ruffling of tree leaves will make. Yeah. And so I play that. But it's just so then I don't get distracted by small little bumps in the night. And I just silence I can't sleep in.
Nothing will put me to sleep faster than a thunderstorm. Like, easily. That'll put me to sleep super quick. And Minnesota doesn't really get thunderstorms like Kentucky.
And then we get them. This last year we didn't
get
much.
them, but they're not destroying the neighborhood.
No, we
in
do.
the meanwhile,
We just like the summer a couple months before we moved in here, they had a giant hailstorm and they had to replace all the roofs and the siding because it got destroyed.
yeah.
So yeah, they happen, and actually we're at the side of the cities where we will probably see that more often than not.
I did show you the time I was living in my last house, and it just like several trees took out homes like nearby. They get ripped trees out of the ground.
Pink noise. Yeah, that's this is a scientific definition of pink noise, but I just like it because it sounds pretty. I love the sound of wind through trees. I love the sound of wind in general, and just anything with wind. And so that to me just works out really well. Is this animation part of another Rathalos compilation? Kind of. So the Rathalos compilation. The reason that this compilation, that's a couple reasons, and that might change in the future, is I put out this individual stuff on Twitter, and then when I have about a minute's worth of content, I'll put it together on YouTube, because in terms of monetization on YouTube and the pushing of content, mainly monetization, anything under a minute will drastically cut into any ad revenue, while anything over a minute is going to be going into a more comfortable range. So if I go and put a 5-second short on YouTube, I will make nothing on it, because they're not going to put a 20-second ad before a 5-second video. Even if I put all those 5 seconds out, spaced out, I still make less than if I just put them all into a single video. So that's why the compilations exist. But that's also why I want to try to start making videos that are at least 30 seconds going forward, except for the Rathalos stuff, because those are just fun. Though I have some Toby videos that will be over 30 seconds planned. That is actually what I want to start after I do this one. But I have to do some modeling work. That's why I didn't start that today.
So then talking about rain on a roof. You know, I see a lot of these houses now getting tin roofs because they're just better for the long term. But I don't know if I would be able to sleep with the rain on a tin roof, or if that would be harder.
Actually, that's one thing that bugs me here is even if it rains hard, I don't really hear the rain like I did at home.
Like at your parents' place?
Yeah. There I could hear it. Here I can't. Even when it's raining hard.
Maybe that's why I feel like the rain here, storms aren't as bad, because it's just, they have really thick roofs or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but you can't hear it. But no, we get some heavy storms. We've had plenty of thunderstorms to where the sky is so full of lightning that it is, you could read underneath it. It is like flashes that are multiple times a second, and it is so cool. I used to have some recordings of it on my phone, but I don't think I have them anymore. I love the sound of rain, wind, weather, but that's there's been plenty of years where we're in the basement because there was a tornado in the area, confirmed tornado.
Not the last one.
No, that was just a siren.
No, that was a tornado that went over.
Did you see it?
I saw it on my phone.
Next time, I want you to go outside and get visual confirmation.
No, I do want to see a tornado. I actually would love to see a tornado.
From the air.
From the air?
As you're flying.
That might be a bad... No.
I just want to see like where's Michael, and you just hear like thump, and you look at the window and you're just holding on saying, I made a mistake. And
I legit, as a kid, wanted to build like a ball that I could just go with one of those storm chasers things and just find a tornado and then just be inside the ball and ride it like a amusement park ride. You
do know that when it hits impact, you still have to like...
My brain didn't think that far ahead.
There's momentum.
Just the wee! Just spinning around a tornado. And then I could say I rode inside of a tornado. All of these seem like really good ideas to me. You're just jealous because you didn't have it first.
You caught me. So I'm just trying to add a little, I guess I forgot the camera's moving. Because right now it's only his neck and everything is moving. So my concern is adding a little bit of motion to just everything so that he feels alive.
think Frosty must have given another subscription at some point because he went from 4 to 5.
You gave it to Calvin earlier.
No.
Tornado winds will pull the skin off a person.
I wasn't using that skin anyways. It's fine.
Yeah, you shed it. He's like Michael's like a snake. He just sometimes like I'll go into the bathroom and there'll just be a Michael in the corner. I'll be like, "Hi, Michael. Why are you in the bathroom?" And he doesn't talk back, and that would just be, "Oh yeah, he just that was his weekly shedding."
Creepy. Or if he thinks
it kind of reminds me of
that'd be creepier.
Because I went and watched all of Rick and Morty again because those are always great. And remember the intergalactic or interdimensional television where they did the cats that controlled the dead woman.
Oh no!
Remember that one?
I remember the episode. I don't remember that specific part.
Yeah, it was Weekend at Bernie's, but it was like where the cats were controlling the dead woman, and that's what it kind of reminds me of.
Oh.
Maybe if we fill it full of feathers and then you have a docky.
No. Rick and Morty was a good show.
I just realized it's Friday. Well, film shot.
You know what the best thing I liked about Rick and Morty? It was the one fandom I could say with the certainty that was worse than the Pony fandom.
Yeah, it was overly passionate people, for sure. I will agree with that. But I still think the show has some super random fun comedy that is pretty deep if you look into it. And some of the emotional scenes from that show are brilliantly done.
Yeah, but all they care about is Szechuan sauce and Pickle Rick. So
yeah. Well, actually, I was watching a thing where they were talking about the Pickle Rick thing, and like I think it was Film Theory doing a thing of like, is that possible? And they actually had one of the original creators that were there, and he's like, no, literally, we were just trying to figure out a vegetable that would be funny to turn them into. Like we weren't thinking about the science behind it at all. And he's like, really? Like, yeah, no, we just didn't care. It just pickle would be funny, so we did a pickle.
Somebody's trying to figure out the science of how to turn a person into a pickle.
Well, they were trying to see, is it possible to do everything that's there if you were a pickle? And they found kind of yeah, but kind of no.
Pickles can't do anything.
But yeah, no, not really. But it's saying if you were having to give it a little bit of leeway.
Sentient pickle.
Yeah, but magical horses aren't real, Michael.
Yes, they are. Don't lie to me.
Mikhail. Shim Shim Fim Flam. Michael's a pile of cats in a human suit. No, I didn't say that. There were some winks. Well, how many coffees for Michael to do tornado chasing? That'll be 2 coffees.
And then I have to go find a tornado and jump into it.
No, you don't have to jump into it. That's 3 coffees.
You just got to do like that movie Twister where the guy just ties himself to like a pipe and survives being in the middle of a tornado.
Yeah, I'm thinking that there's some...
He would not.
I'm going to probably say there's some bullshit on that one.
He would be torn to shreds.
Well, even if the wind didn't do it...
It would be all the debris.
All the crap that's flying around.
You pelt it and just be torn up. It's not just wind inside of a tornado. It's like every bit of debris it's picked up.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the wind. I'm worried about the cow that's flying by.
all the wood and splinters and probably just hit a razor blade.
Shows like Rick and Morty and Family Guy are best watch when you're exhausted from a long day. That's what I was doing when I was editing the video. Is I was doing a lot of monotonous re-renders of individual frames. So I was actually playing Rick and Morty on the side. So I ended up buying all the seasons on YouTube just so I could kind of. So then I had them. I actually was going to buy the season 1, and then it's like, you can't do that. And I'm like, but why not? Because I already bought it like years ago. I didn't realize it. So I already owned it, and I was trying to buy it again. But I'm caught up through season 4.
Wait, season 4 of Rick and Morty?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
You only seen season 3?
I've seen 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, season 4 was finished 2020, so it's fairly new. They did, I think, 5 episodes in 2019, and then the next of them were in early 2020.
Sounds like I got some catching up to do.
I have all the seasons now, so you can watch them in HD if you need.
I'll borrow them.
I don't think it's my favorite season, but it has some of my favorite moments because they have. I mean, they're really stupid show, but then like some of the kind of look at the pony thing. There's some lessons that you can pull out of them that if you really dig deep, really make you think. And like there was one of the episodes where they made fun of the fact that like they're like stop digging into this show. Like, stop really thinking about the things we're doing because we're just kind of, we're making up bull crap. And they had like a whole episode just making fun of themselves in regards.
I remember season
Very
3
meta.
kind of being disappointing. Like, there were some good episodes, but it wasn't as good as the first 2 seasons, I didn't feel.
I think it was season 1 or 2 is probably my favorite. But I'm curious to see where they go with it. Because I'm really liking some of the villains and stuff, but that's also a show that like where there's a talk of power creep, where something goes too far, or you get to the point where everybody's too powerful, or everything's become too big that it's no longer you can't sustain it, and that's a show where you really can't. It was giant to begin with, and they can always make something bigger, which is always fun. But that's one of the episodes they did in season 4 was they were basically saying of you guys are putting a lot of expectations on us, and this is getting it's really hard to match those expectations. And they had like a whole episode that was built on that. And they even had in there where the premise was the guy was going to make them break the 5th wall because they've broken the 4th wall many times before.
Yeah.
So no, I love science, and there's a lot of realistic science in that show. There's a lot of bullcrap science they make up, but it's always sometimes in some way or another based on some kind of real science. And that's why I love The Expanse, is that's based on fairly based on real science.
Yeah, it'd be good to watch something else because I think the only show that's currently airing right now that I'm watching besides The Expanse with you guys is Attack on Titan season 4, and then that's it. That's really all I'm watching. Kind of a boring week.
Welcome back, Jules. SpongeBob should only be watched after receiving head trauma. The problem with SpongeBob is I like shows that are trying to teach you something. Like I'm not saying about science, but where they make you think. And Rick and Morty is one of those that makes you think. SpongeBob is the opposite. SpongeBob is where you have an aneurysm. And there's really no lesson to it. And not to say that there isn't, or they're not trying to, but I just don't feel that it has the same way to make you think about things. And it's not there to I don't know. SpongeBob has funny moments, but that feels like something I'm going to watch because I've literally drank so much. That I am unable.
I don't even think I would enjoy it if I was drunk. I think I would enjoy it less if I was drunk because it's one of those shows that is it's got too much going on to follow unless you're sober.
SpongeBob?
Like it's just all over the place.
You don't need to follow it. It's a sponge under the water.
But it's got they're under the water, but there's fire and. It's confusing.
Yeah, it is confusing, and that's why it has moments, but nothing that I actually care about. SpongeBob is stupid.
Well, I feel like that would be a compliment, though, to SpongeBob. I think that's the goal, is just being stupid. Of course, when I was a kid, the show that was fun and stupid was Ren and Stimpy.
That show is mainly about being edgy.
I felt like it was just more about being crude, and back when we were kids, that was what was considered edgy.
That's what every kid still sees as being such.
Fart jokes are the edgiest thing ever. Everyone knows this.
Let's go, girls.
Why don't you do videos about farts? Why don't you do videos about farts? They would be super edgy.
Because when Ren and Stimpy did it, it was an edgy joke. If I were to do it, it's a fetish.
I guess it's all a matter of context, huh?
Go, girls. Let's go, girls.
I had a GIF that had just a pony's butt in it. And every comment was creepy as hell.
Yeah, well, that's your fans.
Thank you.
I don't know. I think a recreation of a Ren and Stimpy skit with just Lyra and Bonbon would be hilarious.
Let's go, girls. Let's go, girls. Let's go, girls.
Okay. Catherine needs to be smoothed out.
No, that was Fart's Strong as Horses.
Let's go.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was Crown Prince. Well, what's funny about that was I don't think they changed the audio. I think all they did was they changed the context, and you hear it that way, which is what's great about it. That one.
I do support him. Apparently, I was told I'm supposed to support you, and I'm like,
You're supposed to support him. Michael doesn't support
I'm
anything
giving
but
good
himself
ideas.
and my Patreon.
Our dumpster has arrived.
And with watching of your animating with these big old lizards.
You don't support the lizards.
Sure, I do.
You're probably like, yeah, I'm only here because of chat. Otherwise, there's no pony, so I would be somewhere else.
This is Mo, Larry, and other Mo.
Our dumpster has arrived.
That's their names.
Okay, so then this one needs a little bit of smoothing because it kind of stops right here and doesn't really.
The only one of the Three Stooges even worth remembering is just Mo. So you just have Mo 3 times.
Our dumpster.
I feel like the Three Stooges are something everybody is aware of, but very few people have actually watched a Three Stooges
See you later, Red. Momo and Mo. I think everybody remembers the Three Stooges. I just don't know. I don't think anybody here would know them from when they were like original.
Yeah, I don't.
Or seen any of their originals.
I feel like there are like the vast majority of people, at least in the U.S., know who the Three Stooges are, but at the same time have never actually watched a Three Stooges skit.
I've seen the actual original skits.
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
It's because of my dad, though.
Yeah. I don't think I ever sat down just like, I'm going to binge watch Three Stooges today. I don't think that's ever
I don't think
happened.
No, I don't think anybody over the age of like 50 or under the age of 55 has ever used those phrases.
Our dumpster has arrived. Our dumpster has arrived. Our dumpster has arrived.
Laurel and Hardy. That's something else. Like, I'm aware of who they are. I don't think I've ever watched one of their movies. I know they're always being chased by the Wolfman or the Mummy or something.
Okay.
Let's go, girls.
Rathalos kind of gets frozen at the end here.
Go, girls. Girls.
I think the furthest back you can go for television that I generally did watch a lot of would probably be like the Andy Griffith Show and I Love Lucy.
Girls.
I did watch a lot of I Love Lucy when I was younger.
Carol Burnett.
I didn't really watch a lot of Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett was awesome. Because that was like, it was Saturday Night Live, but to where they, I think if I remember right, they would always record once to the script, and then once where they would tell them to do whatever they wanted, and what was the guy's name that always came on there? My dad loved him as a comedian, but they would always keep his take because he would mess with everybody so bad that like everybody that's on stage would be like covering their mouth, trying not to laugh, and he would just keep going straight face through the whole thing, and he would just improv the whole time. And they would have sometimes where they're trying to say their lines, but they can't because they're laughing.
Yeah.
What was his name? I can't remember, but he was hilarious.
Okay, Abbott and Costello was the monsters, guys. I did watch a lot of Gilligan's Island too.
Gilligan's Island, I remember. That was actually the Gilligan's Island and Saved by the Bell were the two I watched in the morning a lot of the times before high school.
Very 90s.
Yeah.
Go, girls.
No, I watched a lot of the television my dad would watch. So it was a lot of I Love Lucy, Annie Griffith Show, Gilligan's Island,
Go, girls.
Bewitched.
Let's go.
I remember that show. I Dream of Jeannie.
Go, girls.
Mr. Ed.
I don't think I ever watched like Mr. Ed, like the originals. I knew him and I've seen him before, but I don't think I ever watched him.
It's about a talking horse.
Did you care about the horses for being horses back then?
No.
Because I don't think you were like, oh, I'm gonna poop that horse, Daddy.
If I was, he would have turned it off immediately. Like, no more of that. We're gonna have that in this house. This horse pooping nonsense. Of course.
Or we had the same cultured youth. Yeah, if we were around the same time, then probably. My parents didn't get good internet. I was a little bit late to the internet generation. I was 56K for quite a while, but I definitely did Saturday morning cartoons.
Mm-hmm. I didn't have internet till I was 14. That's the earliest I can remember having internet. 14 or 15. A lot of television.
I'm trying to remember, like my Saturday morning my cartoons growing up was the original Pokemon.
Oh, that seems a little late almost. I remember watching Flintstones.
Jetsons. Remember, you were in Kentucky. They were like 30 years behind. So, I like the original cartoons, like of growing up, like for not just elementary school, but like middle school or high school, was the original Pokemon, Ronin Warriors.
Definitely didn't watch that one.
I loved Ronin Warriors.
I did watch the original Pokemon.
What was the Sonic the Hedgehog? The darker version.
The darker version?
Because it was the one where like they were in the future where the Robotnik took over.
Okay.
You ever see that one?
No, I never saw that one.
It was actually pretty dark, and it was really, really good. Does anybody remember that one? Tailspin.
Okay, I did.
Tailspin was great. Darkwing Duck.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember those.
DuckTales.
Yeah.
Sonic Underground, was that it?
DuckTales. Ooh, look at that cutie. That's a cute Kieran.
No.
That's all the really bad.
No, that wasn't. Oh, no, I don't think that was it. No.
Or is your brain just like it should have been better? The Dark Brotherhood.
I just want to say Sonic the Dark Brotherhood. What the hell is that?
Sonic games.
That's rated
so
really
edgy.
well.
Why is everything dark with freaking Sonic? Dark Spire. I remember Sonic Spinball.
The animated movie from 1991. Because there's the original one, this one, that one was good.
Yeah.
That it was so bad, but why is this so zoomed in? Holy crap. Because I probably zoomed in on some stupid face. No, this one, the original Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog were amazing. But no, I don't know. I can't remember.
I do, as far as video game shows, I do have a vague memory of the Mario Brothers show.
It wasn't Sonic X. I don't think it was Sonic Underground, but that would match the time frame. Maybe it was.
It was only aired for a single year.
Yeah, it was. It was this one.
Huh.
Yeah, that one was great.
It only had one season.
It was it only one season?
It was only one season, yeah. 1999.
It was good. We would watch it every morning. So, it was pretty dark, for what it was. No, yeah, Sonic X I didn't watch.
But you have to, like, for as far as cartoons were concerned, all the cartoons I ever watched were like Looney Tunes and Tailspin and Darkwing Duck. And then when I was 15, I discovered Cowboy Bebop, and that was the jump that was made. It's like, this isn't Bugs Bunny. This isn't Bugs Bunny at all.
Wait, this has people in it. Where's the furries?
Yes.
That explains a lot now, actually.
When I discovered Cowboy Bebop, that was like a turning point in my want for entertainment, because it went from children's cartoons to that, which is still easily my favorite animation anything of all time. It's one of those things where I wish I could, like, find some way to wipe my brain completely of its existence so I could go back and watch it all over again.
Who's to say that you haven't done that already with something?
It's possible. I hope to get to enjoy it again, if that's the case.
Whatever it is that you did it for?
Whatever I did. Whatever. That'd be awful. It's like, I can enjoy this all over again. And just wipe your brain of any remembering. And then never watch it because you forgot.
There was something I remember that they had that premise. Was it a Rick and Morty thing? Maybe. No, I don't think so. But it was where you could force yourself to forget. Oh no, they found that you can actually do that.
Yeah.
There was a thing, if you Google it, they found a way that you can kind of make yourself forget certain things and experience it again as a new thing. It's a certain, like, meditation type thing where you can actually, like, force your brain to forget that you had remembered watching something.
Just smack yourself in the head really hard. It's like, I have forgotten the last 5 years.
It sounds like, was it the old Futurama thing with, like, the salad when he was making, or when Bender was making the dinner things, and they're like, it was just regular water with trace amount of LSD.
Yes.
It's like that. It's like, oh, it's easy. You just do this, and then you take heavy amounts of meth.
That was just the best part of that whole scene. Was like, it's just water, ordinary water. Well, I guess the confidence Bender needed was the only ingredients Bender needed was confidence all along in there. It's like this nice learning moment. They're all like, yes, and then the professor goes, yes, ordinary water, which is trace amounts of LSD, and it's like, oh, it's wonderful. That show was great. There's another show I need to, like, hit myself in the head hard enough to forget so I can watch it again.
I think I might still have some of them on DVD.
I think when it went over to Comedy Central, it actually got even better. The movies that took place between the shift, though, those were kind of meh.
I don't think I watched all of those.
The Beast with 1,000 Backs was good. I think
that was the first one, right?
That was the first one, and that was easily the best of them. The rest of them, especially the one where they, like, go into medieval times or something, that one was pretty forgettable.
Rethos kind of has, like, a long fade off here, and I'm trying to change something so that it doesn't look like he's just kind of slithering his way over a certain distance. Captain Nintendo, never even heard of that. I was wondering as a kid with my eldest sister told me not to refer to Rescue Rangers as Chip and Dales. Rescue Rangers was good too.
I remember Rescue Rangers.
There's a thing going around for a while, I think, with Rescue Rangers where there was the mechanic with the wrench.
Yeah.
And it was like my introduction to the furry fandom was like a whole bunch of people.
I just remember there was a picture of her smoking, and then everybody was
that's the one.
That picture, yeah. I mean, Rescue Rangers was a good show. I remember Monterey Jack and Gadget was her name. And then there was Chip and Dale. And then there was a fly, but I don't remember the fly's name.
Okay, now I actually want to offset that.
Zipper was the fly? Okay, I'll take your word for it. It was so long ago when I watched that. I very specifically remember an episode where this evil scientist was trying to capture all the mice to use them in a giant generator to power his lab. Like, looking back, that'd be a horribly inefficient way to power a lab, but, you know, this guy, that was his plan. So, couldn't just put in a windmill or something.
Why don't we use nuclear power? It's like, does nuclear power have 4 legs?
Yes.
No.
I can't torture rodents with that.
Super Mario Show?
I do have a vague
good.
recollection of watching it a couple times, but I kind of remember it coming on at a very inconvenient time or something.
Super Mario?
Super Mario Brothers show, yeah. It was like, it was a little bit of animation, and most of it was cut in with like 2 actual live actors who played Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, that was one.
Yeah, and it was like, "Do the Mario" was like the dance they always did.
I remember waking up at 6 a.m. to watch weird stuff. Yep, that was, I think, the only reason that kids got up early on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Which is probably why they did it. It's a bunch of adults that were like, "The kids need to get up early. How do we get them up early? Make the cartoons." And they would put all the good ones on, like, way too early.
Super early.
Like, all the good cartoons ended at, like, 9 a.m. And you're a kid.
You gotta go outside after 9 and play. Get out of the house.
Yeah, but you only had to go outside because the parents didn't want you inside. That's where they did their weird things like taxes and parents with children, at least back when I was a kid, wanted to forget that they had children, so the children had to go outside and play because it was good for them. Parents didn't go outside to play, but the children. They wanted to. All right, so I want to move them up here, but they are too big. I need to make them smaller. If I scale this.
Oh no!
See, no, that's the reason that.
Gotta unrig them first.
Yeah, so this is why I have to unrig, but unrigging has issues. So we'll detach rig.
Can't just blow up the whole map. Can't blow up the map. Doesn't work that way. Guess not. No.
I could build a scene build for them, but that would just take longer than this.
Yeah.
Back when all I had was channels 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Yeah.
Yeah, the antenna.
And now they're like 7, 1, 7, 2, 7, 3.
There was a time where you could, like, all you needed to do to steal cable was to just splice into somebody else's line who was paying for cable. It was a magical life. And I'm pretty sure my parents stole cable for several years. Okay. And not on me, I was a kid.
Alright, so now I have to make sure that none of these have a root transform scale that has a number on it. As far as I can tell, no. As the dumpster, no. That is good. So now we're going to take all of these. We're going to scale it to the dumpster. We're not scale it to the dumpster. We're going to lock them to the dumpster, including the camera. Actually, I don't think that'll work. I'll do it, but that is probably... Yeah, even if I scale this, I don't think it's going to... Maybe. I think I might have to do this a little different. Okay.
No, they merge into a single super dragon.
Well, the hope was that by having everybody locked to... Oh, for one, this should be locked to that. But where we pull them in. But I mean, I think it's funny is just our way that we perceive things is that they are not getting bigger or smaller physically at all. But by playing with this, you can fool yourself into thinking that they are. Because they're not getting any bigger
Super
going here.
Dragon.
They're just they're comparing it to something else, and so we're seeing them as bigger. But if I increase the size of this, it's increasing their distance from. But if I shrink it, okay, so the distance is changing. Oh no, well, that should work. So if I on this one add a scale. So this will transform. Yeah, I'm scaling the size. Why is it not translating? Oh. No, that should still work.
I remember a theater near my place. It was called the Danbury. It was $2 to watch a movie at the theater per person. Like every day. They played older movies that were already out of the theaters but hadn't quite gotten to DVD yet. So if you were willing to wait a little longer to watch the movie, you could watch it super cheap at those places. I think they're out of business now.
No, this isn't gonna. That other one already had a root transform, and it didn't do it. So why? Because normally the scale would translate and go down the line to something. And this Rathian's only lock is the root. That one's only lock is the root. This one's only lock is the root. So why is that not working? Because normally it's going to parent the scaling too.
I can't wait to go back to a movie theater.
Well, this might work. So we're going to go... Let's say I shrink it to this big. What if I just manually fill in the values?
Can't you just take the rigs off of them?
I already did. It's not the rig that's causing that now.
Okay.
Ha! Okay. So that worked. And the camera did correctly work. Okay. So that was what the problem was. Now, if I disconnect this lock, it works. Okay. That was a problem of if the locks were parented, then, or the scaling was parented, then I would have to like ensure that I offset it. So I guess in a way I would have had to do that anyway. But this is only one shot. I tell you, I'm gonna have to do that same thing on all the shots. But getting it done is the hard part. The main issue I had with this is the trees were in the way. So let's move them further up the hill. Like maybe like right about here. Because I need it to be fairly flat. Because I need to make sure that...
it's hard for a hill.
Well, that's why you go like... there, that's good. Oh, no, that is...
Like how like the park services probably just put this dumpster here and the dragons are just like, we're gonna mess it up. I'm gonna
Holy crap! We're gonna fill it with trash!
dragon trash.
Celestia starts singing in my head again. No. Costco hot dog is best hot dog. I haven't been to Costco for years.
There's a Costco near
Maybe
my
the voice
work.
of Alamex in your head. Celestia, it's not Alamex. Alamex is Celestia. Alamex is Celestia being reincarnated in the body of a human.
Doesn't it cost money to like? Don't you have to like buy a membership or something at Costco to shop there?
It's like, I think it's not that much. And you can buy in bulk and normally will save money, but to offset that cost, you'll probably have to spend quite a bit.
Yeah. I went to a Costco just to look around not long ago, and they had some really good stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff I cannot find at Target. But
Why'd you go there?
because the Walmart was closed.
Why didn't you buy anything?
At the Costco?
Yeah.
Because I would need to have gotten a membership.
So get a membership.
For one time?
If you need toilet paper in like 800 rolls in a go.
I don't know. Yeah, I think you'd get upset if I brought home
Thanks
like
for the fall shop.
bulk meat.
I used to go to the theater that started out as a vaudeville theater, then became a burlesque, then became a porn theater, then became a $1 B movie theater. Now on the historical registry. That sounds like an adventure. $1 B movie theater sounds pretty good, as long as it's still not porn. You get the executive membership. If you don't have enough to purchase this in a year to offset the membership cost, they'll actually refund you the difference. Oh, really? Oh, that's not too bad then. How much is it normally for a year? Is it like $15 or $20? I'm thinking
For
like
a whole year?
I thought that was like 10 years ago that I remember that, but I thought it wasn't that bad.
Because I might do more of my shopping there if it's not too
Is there one done by work?
Yeah, there's like one right next to my
I
work.
think they're fine. It's just not worth it while to me because they're not close.
Yeah.
But if it's right by you for work.
Yeah, it's like one exit down from my work.
Is there a Trader Joe's by you?
No. Not that I've seen.
Can you make one? It's like 50 or 100 depending on the type. But you get 2 memberships. Yeah, it used to be cheaper. Sam's Pizza is surprisingly good. Yeah, we actually have one of our friends that only eats pizza. That's where he gets his pizza, actually. It's Sam's or Costco?
It's Sam's.
Is it Sam's? Yeah, and he says their pizzas are really good.
But I would think they sell the same pizzas at Walmart because they're all owned by the same company.
Yes and no. I don't know.
I will be right back.
Oh, I gotta unlock these first. Or unrig them. Get in the dumpster. They're getting there. There's some things I can't figure out 100% until I get them scaled down. Like, I don't know I don't know how to do any of the lighting. How certain interactions with the background will happen. So I need to get rid of the rigs and do that. And there's some stuff they only sell online. Yeah, I go out to buy groceries at Target, and I prefer Trader Joe's. I love Trader Joe's. I used to live right by a Trader Joe's. Like, I could walk there. It'd be a long walk, but it wasn't that far. Or for a drive, it was like 2 minutes of a drive. And I loved it because that's where we got most of our stuff. But it has been, or since I've moved, I am now in a dead zone between 2 of them. And my work is in the middle of that dead zone, so I can't go there as much anymore. But I used to love going to Trader Joe's because their quality of their stuff was good. Some stuff cost a little bit more, but otherwise their prices were the same or sometimes less. And their fresh green beans were delicious. I love them way more than the stuff you get at Target or Cub. Their peanut butter is probably one of my favorites. Their almond milk is one of my favorites. Some of their frozen meals that you can get are really, really good. And for being a frozen meal. So their seasonings are really good. They have... So I still like Cape Cod chips more, but some of their potato chips are really good. You can get, I believe they're like pretzel. They're a pretzel with peanut butter in the middle and covered in chocolate. And they are, you bite one and you eat the whole bag. They're so good. Get furniture and electronics at Costco because of ridiculous return policy. Oh, they have a good return policy. I mean, that's actually good. When it comes to electronics, I'm starting to move away from certain big companies like Amazon. I will look into their warranty policy because I'd mentioned this before, but like say my camera. So it's a Sony A6000 and it If I were to buy it on Amazon, it was the same cost as buying it on B&H, which is where I bought it from. Same cost. Both said it had a warranty. But if you actually looked at the warranty on Amazon, it stated specifically that the warranty was void if purchased on a non-authorized dealer. Amazon is specifically listed as not being an authorized dealer, meaning if you bought it through them, you became a limited warranty, and it was like less than a year. But because I bought it through B&H at the exact same cost, my warranty is now 5 years or something like that. So it's sometimes like some of these like bigger distribution type places like to say things have certain warranties, but they have a warranty. It just doesn't come with the warranty, which is a difference. Some school wasn't some person and a friend who would go to Trader Joe's in my school every day to get free samples. Okay, well, that's a little different, but I don't know. I would go for free samples. I don't care as much about that stuff. But I do care about the quality of the merchandise that they do have. I do really, really like the quality of their stuff. There we go. So what is the value I got out of this? Oh, the camera needs to be locked to it too. Which camera is the one? This one. Oops. Okay. And now we gotta go to this value. Okay. And we're gonna move all of them up. Good boys. And now, oh look, they're giving hugs or eating. He's eating. No. What's you do to Rathalos? Okay. And now we do the same things to these ones. Okay. Unlock. Unlock. Okay. So this doesn't matter as much for placement because for the angle that we're at, I can get away with a bunch more. And actually, you're not even on the ground. You're like floating. Actually, they're just kind of sideways in general. What are you guys doing? Whoa. Something got goofed there. So this one is going to matter a little bit. I'm actually going to turn it down just a little bit so I can just worry less about the hill. And I can go and clip a little bit into the hill for this. So I want to get them close to the ground and go a little higher. This one I do have to worry about the feet. Rathalos is floating.
That thing on. The fireplace.
Hi.
It's cold.
I'm comfortable right now. It's cooler earlier. It's actually warmer in the evenings and the morning.
Check the temperature.
It's only going to be like a degree or two different from earlier.
It's down to 4.
It dropped 3 degrees. It's going to drop another 10 degrees overnight. You're worried about those 3. You're not going outside.
We're going to die.
You're going to die because of your attitude.
And you're going to live because you're part moose, like all Minnesotans.
Yes, I have the glimmer shimmer.
You do have the glimmer shimmer. I commented to that picture you posted.
I ended up running across it on Short Circuits and Explosions.
Yeah.
Twitter or on his server.
Like,
somebody had drawn that.
I'm not too far past that point in the book. That's
why I posted it.
I did try reading some before bed, but my brain was already...
We're talking about Estreo.
Yeah. Estreo. Good book. Good series of books.
Holy crap. So the memories of school lunches, 25 cents. My parents could never afford school lunches. Trader Joe's betrayed his country and was cursed to forever become a real jail chain.
Well, my parents couldn't afford school lunches. That's why my school gave me free lunch.
I don't have a clue what Trader Joe's is. That is not an Australian thing. What are you Americans on about? Trader Joe's is just it's just a grocery store, but they tend to, everything that's in there, just about everything, is not name brand, or it's all Trader Joe's brand, but they tend to be more organic or natural, less preservative ingredients. So some of the stuff goes bad quicker because there's less of that crap in there, but it then tends to I just enjoy the taste of the stuff more because there's less other crap in there. And so it's kind of more of like a hipster's grocery store, but it has good stuff. For a long time, I was getting my coffee there.
It's like a mini Whole Foods.
Kinda. Whole Foods overpriced a lot of their stuff. Trader Joe's didn't really overprice their stuff.
Well, a lot of their stuff is Trader Joe's brands, but a lot of it, not all of it. Some of it's actually like just for Trader Joe's, but then some of it's rebrands of like bigger brands that have essentially just changed the packaging.
Yeah, I liked the quality of the stuff there and the atmosphere and everything. And so for a long time we were going like I think ground turkey, you could get a higher lean percentage at a cheaper cost there. Like, so you could get better meat for cheaper. If I went to go get equivalent at like Cub Foods, which is the more like the larger grocery store in the area, you paid like $1.50 more for a pound. It was stupid. So I was paying less for better.
My shopping mentality is the same as that guy from Parks and Recreations. I think it's like Ron Swanson. Is his name right? Mm-hmm. Where he's just like, I get my food from a grocery store called Food and Stuff. It has food and stuff. It's just...
I would say that you're kind of a Ron Swanson, but he has a backbone.
Oh, ouch.
So,
wow.
It doesn't work.
Snap.
One of my favorite moments for them was they're at a restaurant, and he's like, I would like a number 12, and I'm like, sir, that's a meat platter for 12, and he goes, did I stutter? He's like, okay, and he's like, and when she goes, when he brings it out, he's like, you might want to stick around and watch.
I think I remember that. Seeing this.
I see you later,
clip
Peter.
Of that.
I loved Ron Swanson was an American hero, and you know what the best.
He was disturbed.
You know what the best part about the character was?
What's that?
The real guy. He's
basically that.
He just does woodworking. That's his whole thing.
Yeah.
He bought for the money he got from there. He built a giant woodworking shop, and the real thing he does is woodworking. Mm-hmm. So all the stuff in the show is not fake. That's what he loves to do.
I hope he's a little bit chiller.
But he is also has done or he's a ballerina, I believe, as well.
Okay.
He is trained in doing
ballet.
Yeah. And so he's like, and you will never find the recordings of it. Don't bother looking. So he's like the manly man, but when he's not doing that character, he's definitely got a softer side. And Tammy, remember Tammy?
Most of my interaction with that show has been YouTube clips of
but
like
Tammy
the best of.
Is his real wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in there, it's the like evil wife, like ex-wife. No, in real life, that is his real wife.
I did see the skits where he got back together with her, and all of a sudden he's like missing out like the middle part of his mustache. He's like, you shaved the middle part of your mustache. She's like, no, I didn't shave it. It got lost from friction. It's like, oh.
No, they did a COVID thing. It was a fundraiser where they did like they were doing Skype calls for work back and forth. Mm-hmm. And the one it was everybody individual, but for the one for Tammy and him, they were both in the same shot because they live together. Yeah. They are married. But it was supposedly that she had tried to like invade his house, and he had her tied her to a chair. It was pretty funny. This is Parks and Recreation. It's
I have to
basically
actually sit down and watch that show.
You've never watched it?
I've never seen a single
It's
episode.
good. It's
all
so
the way
good.
through.
Parks and Rec is it's like The Office, but instead of being a private institution, it's a public. It's for following the Parks and Recreation department, but it's very, very funny, and that's where Chris Pratt essentially got found. And Chris Pratt had one of my favorite moments in there where he started out actually a very large man, and they called him Fat Pratt, or when they look back on the time that he was larger, it was Fat Pratt, and he played off of it a lot. But then when he got into the Guardians of the Galaxy, he lost a ton of weight and basically got ripped, and he basically went from one season to the next, going from like a beer gut to ripped. And their whole explanation for the entire thing was him just going, yeah, so I just stopped drinking beer and I got this. That was it. And they never talked about it again.
They're just like, okay. That's all you got to do.
It's so funny.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Half the moments in that show with him are improv.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I can move this now.
I mean, that is a heck of a motivator. It's like, wow, man, I need to lose weight. If I only figure out a way, it's like there's Disney money involved if you lose weight. I just got super ripped. There's been a couple actors in that have essentially been like, you can be in one of the Disney Avengers films. You just have to lose weight and build some muscle. And the next thing you know, they're like Adonises.
Because the dumpster's here, but... Oh, I haven't unlocked the rig. Bleh.
I can't see the same. Hello, Joseph.
Hello, Joseph. How are you doing?
There is a cup between me and the bottom of chat, so I have to like...
Can you see it now?
Yes.
What was their nemesis department? It was like libraries or transportation. I think it was like everything. There was like, they would always talk about like the fourth floor or something, and like nobody goes up there. But I can't remember the full details on that. It's been a while. I never actually finished watching it. The last season was not that good. You basically watch up until the last season, and then
you're just done.
The last season was them saying, "Yep, after this we're canceled." So they just like rushed a bunch of crap to try to close it out, and it wasn't as good.
Yeah, I can honestly say I've never seen a full episode. The only reason I'm even aware of Ron Swanson is just because of the best ofs on YouTube.
Ron Swanson's great, but it's also Chris Pratt. His character is just... there was supposed to be a time where in the show he's supposed to like jump in front of a door naked, and so they show him from the back, and then they were supposed to get the reactions. So Chris Pratt said, well, what if I'm actually naked? So he literally stripped down to nothing. So when he opened the door, he was literally naked. So the reactions of looking at the camera were not meant to be the reactions for the camera. They were meant to be like, what the hell? And that's the one they used.
Yeah. The actual.
Or there's one of my favorite bloopers for him is he throws like a suitcase and goes flying across the room and hits a light switch, breaks it, and shuts all the lights off in the area. And one of the guys just looks over and goes, oh my God, what are the chances that you would do that? And he's just like, and he just starts dancing. He's like, they're gonna kill me. It's just,
I have to see some of those.
he can stay in character off of anything. It's just, he is so funny. He is perfect for Guardians of the Galaxy because of that.
I definitely enjoyed him. I can't wait to the third one. That's
But if you like his character, that character is everything he did in Park and Rec. He is basically
there's so many shows.
that same character throughout the entire time. Okay, now if I scale this,
I wonder if it's free anywhere.
Netflix.
Okay.
I believe it's on Netflix.
I don't know.
It's only 3 or 4 seasons. No, I can't remember how many seasons there are. It's a good amount.
Yeah. It's just sitting down and watching a whole new series is always a heck of a...
Yeah, it's
very time demanding.
Especially if you get caught up in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because then Life by...
Oh,
that's what was nice
gone now.
with catching up on like Rick and Morty. This is actually kind of nice because like I was just watching it on the side. I only was looking at the screen half the time.
If I can get myself into like a rhythm where I can watch maybe one and then be like, that was fine.
No. Well, the whole first season of Parks and Rec is basically a pilot, and that's kind of rough. But season 2, it takes off. I believe Chris Pratt was not even supposed to be a character in the show. He was supposed to be a throwaway that they had at the beginning, but he was loved so much they just left him in.
Kind of like Family Matters with Steve Urkel. He wasn't supposed to be. He was supposed to be a one-off, and then people loved him.
Oops, not group. Unlock. Okay. Oh, that's why. I just thought about this. That's why I had everything turned. I was turning the camera, not the dumpster, before. Oops.
If I do watch the show, it's going to be a super lazy day on the weekend where absolutely nothing is scheduled and I just don't feel like doing anything. And I'll hate myself later for it, but that's when I'll watch Parks and Recreation.
Okay, for some reason, Rathalos just starts floating his way over there.
There are things I want to do this weekend, though, so it's not going to be this weekend.
Okay, so... Oh.
You know, one show I kind of want to watch some episodes of is Black Adder. I keep hearing about that show. I like British humor.
Okay, now I should move them. So I had offset selected on that, on this. And transform means it'll move position and rotation together. Offset means it'll move position and rotation separately. And since I had offset selected, when I went to turn this, it did not turn the rotations I changed the rotation of that point, but it didn't change the rotations or the positions of the other one. So I had to turn that off. Now it should move. Now I should have him move correctly. Yep. So now he's not broken. Good. Stupid Rathalos. Actually, this one I don't have to.
Which one?
Just drowning and turning. Spin them like a helicopter. I could.
Dragons are part helicopter. Now you know.
No, he can't be. He's afraid of helicopters.
Maybe that's because his helicopter father beat him. I'm building a Rathalos backstory.
It beat him thousands of times a second.
Yes, it was very violent. You'll never forget.
Last
That's why
summer
his
wine.
face is like that.
And for 30 consecutive years. I've never even heard of it, actually. Okay, so this, I'm just going to double check to make sure everything is...
They were actual helicopter parents, yes.
Where's the derpies?
This
The points have not been spent.
is a very important question. Well, you can't have derbies unless I'm at the computer?
I put a derpy in earlier.
Yeah, you did. It was pretty good.
See, that's what you need to do.
When are you gonna do it?
Is you give me money and we get derpy.
When are you gonna money? I gotta give you money.
That's kind of what you said.
Like, I mean, you could always just animate your next video with Derpy as the main character. When was you haven't done that since that one video, which was like way early in
Destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's a point.
Now you gotta pay for derbies.
Well, no, it's like because now if I do it, all we're gonna do is have you back there like super excited.
Yeah, I'll be happy. I'll calm down after a while. I can't promise in the early stages.
It'd be like 4 years later. You're
Just still clapping. Hey, derbies.
thank you, Becca. Cupcake. How do you get the different icons for that? Because I don't have any of that set, or is that just like the random thing?
I think if you're subscribed to somebody else's channel that has that, then you can use it anywhere or something like that.
Okay. It might not be attached to that. I have no idea. It's on all. Okay, is it? I have no idea. See, look at all the note things on Twitch. I know, Everyone comes to Argo Stream with a fistful of $1 bills so they can get their derpies.
I mean,
Yes.
if you made a whole video with Derpy as the main character and like said, I'll make this video, but you got to give me like $1.
I believe I see something again.
Hello. It's like, find out I've been off this whole time.
No, it just was a little bit towards the higher end. So I just turned you down a little bit. So it's on all. Press the pit icon and selection you can choose. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never sent bits, so I have no idea.
I could see you doing this Derpy video and be like, somebody pays all the points so that I can take over the stream, and I just sit down and look and like, I have no notes. There is nothing to be done here. It is already full of Derpy. Yay, more Derpy. What is that?
It's a thumbs up.
Oh, I thought it was my face with a thumbs up. Oh,
No, he's just doing all the points.
So he's giving me Derpies 1 point at a time.
Oh, so you can select.
He's just going to keep doing this, and it's just going to be Derpies.
You technically can, but that's Twitch has it where to prevent if people are abusing that. You're not, but where people are overusing that in such a degree, you can prevent people from sending single bits. But it says only do it to prevent spam.
More Derpies.
No, they're just catching up. I think if I remember right, yeah, I do not have the alert box on stream anymore. Or not on stream, on recording anymore. So it's never in the recording. It was only in stream. So anybody watching this recording doesn't see it.
More Derpies. And you're up to like 10 points. No, not even.
10? I forgot how much those are
It's
using.
9 points. Derpy invasion.
Give me my derpy. No, the stream shows it. It's just the recording of it at later, mainly because in a recording, having that stuff pop up can actually be like in the middle of something that I would like to actually use in something. It gets in the way. But for stream, it's great. So I like having it for that.
So much Derpy.
I've had a couple in the back, or one time that something funny had happened, but then it was completely covered up and was unusable, and I'm like,
Okay, well that's a significant more points.
It's like, screw you,
Derpy, super derps.
No, when you see the derpy, I can hear it in my head, piano music following. Oh, like Back in Black. Instead of giving 5,000 bits, give 5,000 derpies in one stream, one at a time.
That would be a lot of derpies. Well, she's just upholding the screen permanently now, so.
Okay, so camera moves there, and then it doesn't move here, so we need to add some camera motion here. Oh my god. Because this going back and forth.
I have nothing to do with this. I am innocent.
Normally you're the one.
Derpy explosions. Explosion of derps.
I'm gonna have to come up with like a new derpy one that is for hello Sapphire. How are you doing today?
There's always a derpy.
I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by the bing 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 of Mr. Original High.
The constant flow of derpies.
Let the derpies flow through you.
I mean, you're getting like a whole half a penny each time, so.
I can't remember what those are.
Well, there you go. Jules gave some extra derps.
Well, it's too much still. But I think the amount is fine. I just have to spread it.
You're trying to find a way to break your stream with derpies.
Okay, I think the pink one needs to have some extra motion here too.
Oh, wow.
How are you? I'm doing well. How are you doing? Actually, I already asked that, but I hope you're doing well.
That's a lot of points.
And He just so many icons. You could say text with that too, but you're like, no icons.
That's like
No, I need to make it so some of those derbies stay on.
$20.
Actually, I have no idea how much those are.
Like,
but thank you very much. I
remember.
appreciate it. If you unfollow and then follow, does a bark still come up? I don't know, actually. If you unfollow and follow, because I can see a list on the side here, like who is the last person that followed? I got to go down. Like Shaparov was the one. I can click that again, and so we can have the bark. We can do lots of bark. That's actually pretty nice having that option, because if I'm testing stream or testing some of the alerts, I can do that. Just go back to previous ones and click it. But what's really funny is if I forget I have Streamlabs OBS open, the audio goes through to my computer and it still pays attention when people follow my Twitch, even when I'm not streaming. And so every now and then, if I forget that, I'll just be doing something, playing a game, and I hear bark. And I'll be like, the fuck was that? And then I'm like, oh, oops. One day someone is going to cheer with Derpy, but Fine Guards replaced her with Rainbow Dash. I do have two others that were Rainbow Dash. It used to be that instead of I think sub used to be Rainbow Dash in a chair, and a follow used to be the salute or Rainbow Dash. I changed them to Monster Hunter because I was trying to mix it up a little bit, and I like the bark. It's just fun.
Rainbow Dash can bark.
You have a Minecraft or a YouTube channel that does Minecraft, Roblox, and Gmod. Oh, good. It's nice to have outlets for creativity. So, I wish you luck. Sleep Rainbow Dash was cool. Yeah, I did like those, but I want to have content that's not just Pony. I want to have a variety that kind of spreads across to couple different areas. So I actually want to eventually change like sub to something else, or have it where I can change them here and there. I feel like at this point though, I can't change the derpy.
This pleases me.
Well, because it would probably be like
there'd be just a mass outcry.
As if millions of souls cried out at once.
Screaming Derpy.
Oh, actually,
Also, we'd have to start up the hashtag Save Derpy again.
I have to reload the script. I forgot about this. Named bones. There we go.
Time for sushi with Derpy.
What?
I don't know that Derpy would want to eat sushi.
How do you know?
She doesn't eat meat.
How do you know?
She's a pony.
Did she say that?
Not specifically, but it is heavily
She's her own
implied.
Mare. She can do what she wants to do.
Leave the fishes alone, Derpy.
She's in an abusive relationship.
Is she? Who is it with me? Is that what's being implied here? Derpy.
Let her be free. She needs to do her own thing.
No more Derpies.
It's going to the store part 3. Those were done with Pony. The anthology
Soup store. There's more derps.
No, the anthology did the Pony version of the going to the store.
I'm at the soup store.
Okay, there. I can actually select what I needed to now. How many icons are there? There's so many.
He's
That's what I was
going
doing.
home.
I need to do the rig. There we go. This one have a little bit of a delay. Actually, a delay would be the other direction. We're gonna do this.
Must let Argo create.
No, it's fine.
Don't give him money. He must create. Oh, Jules, wow.
Jules is
That's a lot of points.
110. He's just leveling it up. Oh, he's trying to get the last icon. The kitty. Because I think it was at 10,000. You get where is Kitty? You get that. Good kitty face. The kitty from the end of the stream. Yeah. I would actually have it at a lower number, but I couldn't because I already set the first two before John was like, "Hey, try maybe put the kitty." And I'm like, "Oh, why did I think of the kitty?"
You can always change it. Swap them around.
Yeah, I don't like swapping icons too often though, because it feels like if you're doing that, people that might be using it in other places or already using them, now you're taking that away from them, and I just don't want to do that. Sever, well, I know you're excited about your content, whatever. Please don't spam links in chat because I don't know where they're going, and I don't want to have people going somewhere that they may not want to.
Except that guy who comes on here and tells you can be famous, you do need to click his links.
No, don't do this to me, Michael.
You could be so famous.
Like I added the okay, so the delay would be about I want to see Rainbow Dash and Arthur Ferenzi Fonzarelli team up. Yeah. Only reason I know that name is because of Adam Sandler.
Arthur Fonzarelli? How do you know that? Because of Adam Sandler.
You ever listen to the Hanukkah song?
I think so. Once.
Does anybody here know the Hanukkah song?
It's Hanukkah.
Yeah.
If you want to go, time to celebrate Hanukkah. Something like that.
But they had a part they brought up Arthur Fonzarelli.
Because he's Jewish.
Right.
Because they were naming off all the different actors who were Jewish, and apparently, I guess what's his actual name? It's I feel like I should know it.
Die without my derpies. I will get Kitty, and nothing can stop me.
Henry Winkler is his actual name.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It took me a second to remember his actual name. I don't know. Maybe he's Jewish.
Jules, right now the max that I have the emails for is 10,000, but it does unlock another one after that once somebody gets there. But I have no idea what I'll put there. So there was an idea for an icon, and I can't remember what it was now.
Was it a derpy?
No.
Oh.
I can't remember what it was though. There was another one of
surprised your OC isn't one.
No.
It's a bony.
I forgot to sneak it into the Sombra video. I had an idea where I was going to sneak it into, and
you
so
already
I didn't
put it up
bother.
On your main channel.
The video's already out.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was only available to Patreons or if it was up
to patrons.
One day.
No, no, it's up. It's up in both places. Well, thank you, Jules.
I saw the derpy. It was very.
I see the monthly total, but I'm not sure if that's if that puts you over or not. So, but thank you very much. I appreciate you. You and so many others are just amazingly generous, and so I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You never know when a link is a rickroll. It always just scares me because it's so easy to just manipulate little links in such way. Actually, I don't know if it still works, but DeviantArt links used to be where you can make people think it's anything and have it go anywhere. Because
URL shorteners can always do that.
No, so let's just say you go to DeviantArt, and let's say here for Sombra's new thing. So let's say that I go up here and I could say that this is instead derpy.
Get excited.
It still goes to this. Because this text does not matter. All that matters is this number.
Right.
So you can name this whatever you want. I don't even know if this matters. Nope, it doesn't matter.
Changes it.
Which means that I can put in this link any name and any picture name and have it go to anything I want, as long as that number is the same. So DeviantArt links always really worry me because I don't know what I'm going to pop up with, especially clinking it myself. So
Jules, you're being so generous.
Yes, he's got the boom boom. Just thank you very much, man.
He got the kitty.
He got the kitty.
He got kitty.
I wanted to try to. I actually spent like 2 hours on that cat head. I was trying to like rebuild the other side of his jaw to make it so like it was a full cat head, and I couldn't do it. None of it looked good. He has the power, but I couldn't do it. So I just ended up doing the horrible cut, and let went with it. But I can't remember. There was something that we've consistently used as a joke and to move it, put it as an icon, and I cannot remember what it was. And that bugs me now. You can't.
You already got the kitty, but I'll take more derbies. Yes.
No, I think that actually does.
He's trying to get the super secret derpy icon that doesn't actually exist.
No, there is. Like that was added a little bit ago. Oh, this is. Oh, those are the different things. So this is a different badge. This is what I care about. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So did actually unlock the 25,000 now. So I'll have to try to figure out something for that now because oh my God, there's a 50,000 bit tier. Oh my God.
You should like put up what you think people want that icon to be. What do you all want that icon to be, everyone?
Well, I like utility, and so that's why.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ, where do you get all these bits?
Money.
I've Sombra face. Could almost, but
it's not wow.
Well, I like ones that have utility, and that's why like I felt stop and an explodey, and well, the cat was more because of the stream. I like ones that you can use in places because having an emote isn't fun if you aren't able to make use of it in some way. And some of these I do find I use this one a lot on Discord because at least this group you can use on my Discord. These ones you cannot. I don't know why. I think because these are tied to my account and these might not aren't. I don't know, but. But having just an icon to be an icon isn't as useful as having something that something can use like a reaction or something. Sexy Sombra. Okay,
not
that is
just
different.
Sombra.
I had a bunch of people that were making in reference to this face. Mm-hmm. They're like that saying sexy Sombra. I was trying to make him look sinister, but then everybody's like, "Oh yeah, baby."
Well, some people like the dark and brooding. Like, he's not even brooding; he's just dark and like confident. More derpies.
I shall use the cat with the
yes.
bits. Thank Joe.
Derpy.
100 bits is $1. Yeah, I think so.
So like he's giving like
yeah, he's being very generous. I appreciate it.
$30 in bits, maybe more.
That's why I'm gonna. Where's my pen? What is this stuff?
You wrote it. It's got a horse on it.
Oh, this was for figuring out the names.
You just crumpled up a horse.
Every one of these has a horse on it.
Yes, but each one you crumple dies.
Well, that horse died literally.
He killed a horse.
I'm gonna put a note called "Extend Derpy." I'm gonna make some additional groupings for the bits so that it's not just going away super quick, so that it lasts a little longer. Can you do a animated pony me in a video? If not, okay. No, I usually don't request. I've had a lot of people ask about putting OCs in videos, and I prefer not to. I'd rather do it where it's the only OC I tend to put in videos are no names that have no attachment to anybody or my own. But if I put my own in, I usually sneak it in the background where it's just barely noticeable.
I want to make the cringiest video ever where you just put me in the video. And I'm not talking about my OC. I'm talking about we're just going to green screen me into Equestria or I ride Derpy into the sunset. And it's going to be the best video ever. And you're going to make it and you're going to do it for free because we're friends.
We kind of could if Knightley helped. He's on the payroll now.
You understand. You need to understand. I'm saying this knowing that this is a horrible idea.
No, I could talk to Knightley. The biggest difficulty would be green screening it because we don't have a green screen. But I'm pretty sure that if we wanted to, I could get Knightley to do it if we paid him.
This would be a horrible idea. Yeah, but here's the thing. You have to upload it to your channel.
Can I just do a video? Can we just take a picture of you on top of Derpy and then take that picture of Derpy and you and just do this with it? Like I can put it as a shape in the background of the stream and randomly just grab it and make it go around.
This is bad.
Or where
Bad.
you can't have alerts that cross the whole screen, sadly. I could have one that I could manually click to go across the whole screen though. You make a video that's transparent and I would just play it.
Yeah.
You know whose idea this was?
This is me saying, expecting you to be like, no, I'm not doing that. That's bad.
What does Michael OC look like? Michael's OC.
I do have one. I drew it twice. Only ever twice.
I'm gonna turn.
I'd be really surprised. Well, you could just go to Twitter and that would be it.
Okay, that should be okay. I saw the mic going towards the red a little bit more. I don't know if the mics were blowing out at all. I'm still trying. I changed a bunch of stuff. I moved all my EQ from here to the actual mixer, or most EQ, bounced it out a bit again, and I think I made some fixes that help, but I'm not sure if they did or not. But yeah, I'll okay. So we'll do that, and then we'll say and Mike writing. The derp. Okay.
Now, if you want to see what my OC looks like, and it's nothing impressive, you could just find my Twitter, and you'd find my OC.
They Midnight Premiere actually made him a docky of his OC with a can of beans.
Mm-hmm. It was that's right. I sleep on that thing, and I forgot it existed.
It's pretty funny. He actually opened it on stream too, because I held off so that Mid-Prem could pop on and watch him open it.
I was not expecting it.
He's bought a lot of dockies for other people, custom ones too.
Yes.
May have come across a large sum of bits via 100% not shady at all way. Okay. That sounds like a don't ask questions situation, so I won't ask questions. Yeah, his OC has hair on hair, yes. It's that green pwn, right? I remember when you opened the Dirt pillow on stream. Yes, that I believe Derpy was on one side, and then
Derpy's on one side, and then my OC's on the other side
with beans in the background. It's so good.
And then holding a can of Cincinnati chili.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't what?
I'm trying to remember if I had a quick way to get to a picture of it, but I don't think I do.
I don't even think I have a quick way. Somewhere.
I think so. Let me just grab right here. So we're gonna smooth this out, all but the face, around, and grab the jaw, and then I think for the most part, it's already showing. Oh, this is bone 9, right there. I think I can call this at least this part done animating. I'll still have to do the lighting, and I bet you I'm also gonna have to redo the camera's focal distance. Yeah, it's broken too. It's the camera's focal distance is back here, or focal point, because it's thinking of the old distance, and that was a numerical value that wasn't tied to it. So I'll have to fix that. But other than that, so it's just lighting, fix the camera a little bit, and then finish the drug trip, and then I think this one is done. But we won't. Oh, they're in some no-no land there. So I'll poke around with that. I know there's an actual rainbow thing I can fit back here. I remember seeing somebody use. Otherwise, if not, I might be able to make one.
I was thinking like the thing off Sombra's eyes, but rainbow. Is that something you could do? Because that would work. Because it's got the wavy effect.
It's a flat color, and so I can make it fade to a different color. It's got a wavy effect, but the wavy effect wouldn't match the motion of this. It's got its own motion, but this would make that motion by just pulling it up and down. But I wouldn't be able to layer the color unless you have it so that normally that one would start at a certain distance, then use a radius scale to shrink it down over distance. If you remove the radius scale, it would be a flat texture. You just put 6 of those on top of each other.
I just heard, yeah, I can make rainbows.
Yeah, sure. Michael sheds his skin, so I'm sure he has many, probably. Do you play Minecraft?
Yes.
Because maybe I can play Minecraft post can you pony LC. Oh no, don't worry about that. I actually started playing Minecraft a little bit early, or getting back into it a little bit not long ago, only because I got a 3080 graphics card, and so I can play RTX, and it is gorgeous in RTX. So that's been kind of fun. But I've been so busy like this last week for animating stuff that I haven't played it for a couple of weeks now.
I haven't played Minecraft in nearly a year, and the last time I played was on Mid-Prim server where I built, and this is gonna shock some people.
A derpy.
A giant derpy.
Big surprise. Anyways, so I'm gonna be done on here tonight. So this is Friday. So next week I might try to finish this weekend. I don't think I will. I think I'm gonna just take this weekend off of working on stuff because my goal was to put like 20 hours a week into the animating thing, and I think I put 20 hours in like Wednesday. So
Still gonna stream. Sunday, right? Sunday.
Yeah, but so Sunday, we are going to be streaming some more.
I do look forward to that.
That last Fallout 76 stream was probably the most fun we've had for a stream. That was really fun, and there was a good turnout for that. So
the most fun I've had so far was the house party.
The house party?
Yeah, where we all got drunk and then ghouls showed up and they were just everywhere, and then we all woke up on different sides of the map.
Yeah, that was a little weird too.
That was fun.
I'm just thinking about the legitimately good content that was at about that point.
I don't even remember what happened last week.
But no, we are going to be streaming again this Sunday. Let me switch to this one to do some more of that, and then I will probably be streaming tomorrow morning on YouTube to do my normal post animation video stream where I'll go over the video that you guys watch me make anyway. So I'll probably be covering that a bit, behind the scenes, answering questions, AMA type thing. Thank you, Becca. So just a heads up that's probably going to be the case. I haven't posted the video on it yet. I found that if you announce a live stream too early on YouTube, people forget that you were going to do it. So I might even wait till tomorrow morning to post it because then people get ooh, look, and then they know that it's coming later. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think that's it then. So yeah, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Ellie giggle. Good night, chicken. Good night, Argo. Good night, Mike. Glad chat. Something.
How chicken got top billing?
That's fine. Well, because if you don't please chicken,
he does.
Chicken comes for you. Chicken is.
He's there. He watches. He's always watching.
Can I?
Hey, Derpy. I gotta catch it.
Well, I can't. I can't actually
catch the Derpy.
zoom.
Oh no, it's got away.
I can't actually zoom in on chicken. Can I actually?
I almost was this close to catching that Derpy.
Is there like a zoom? No, there's not. Oh wait, no, that would be this option. No, I don't see one. Okay. So yeah, have a good everybody. And here's Kitty, and I'll let that scroll for a sec because I almost forgot about it last time. No, you can't put the music on top of the music in my phone.
Wait, you got that song playing?
Yeah, I got your song is playing. It's still playing.
I'm adding like the second verse.
Somebody said he's going down and make drunken hijinks of three men and psychotic grandmother as they blaze their way through the wasteland. They are fun. I am thoroughly enjoying the Fallout streams. They are and we got the cake, which is always a good thing too. Sorry, okay. Well, thank you everybody. Thanks for all that subbed, and thanks Jules for the bits. Appreciate everybody, and have a good weekend. See you Sunday, maybe. I'm gonna make some weird comment right at the end. I was just waiting for you to be like.
I'm trying to like read what I gotta say.
Mike has taken over the credits too.
I am everywhere at all times. I'm watching all of you. It's fine.